भारत सरकार के एवं आपके संपूर्ण सरकारी दृष्टिकोण होल ऑफ गवर्नमेंट अप्रोच का एक उत्कृष्ट उदाहरण है। मैं इस मिशन के से जुड़े हुए सभी मंत्रालयों के पदाधिकारियों को भी बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद देना चाहता हूं। इस मिशन में कुछ अभिनव कदम, इनोवेटिव स्टेप्स भी लिए गए हैं। ट्राइफेड के माध्यम से अभी नेशनल इंस्टीट्यूट ऑफ एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप एंड स्मॉल बिजनेस डेवलपमेंट के साथ साथ इंडियन इंस्टीट्यूट ऑफ एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप, ताकि उनके व्यावसायिक प्रशिक्षण को बेहतर बनाया जा सके और उसका लाभ सीधे तरीके से पीबीटीजी परिवारों को सशक्तिकरण करने के लिए बेहतर परिणाम आए। महाराष्ट्र में सामुदायिक वन परियोजनाएं और जनजातीय कार्य मंत्रालय, कृषि मंत्रालय के द्वारा 2,50,000 एफआरए पट्टों पर किसान सम्मान निधि के पोर्टल से जोड़ा गया है। ट्राइफेड और आईटीसी के साथ मिलकर जनजातीय उत्पादों को विपणन के लिए, मार्केटिंग के लिए यूएनडीपी के साथ वैसे सुदूरवर्ती क्षेत्र में जो ड्राइंग स्प्रिंग, जो प्राकृतिक जो स्रोत है, जल स्रोत है, उसका भी पुनरुद्धार का कार्य प्रारंभ किया गया है। जनजातीय सशक्तिकरण के लिए मील का पत्थर यह साबित होगा। ट्राइफेड ने पीबीटीजी परिवारों के लिए 2.5 करोड़ रुपए के उत्पाद खरीदे हैं और 2 महीने में ट्राइबल आर्टिजन्स मेले भी लगाए गए हैं। उनमें लगभग 50 लाख रुपए के उत्पादों को खरीदा गया। माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी विकसित भारत संकल्प को आज 2 महीने हो गए हैं और उसी के साथ यह अभियान भी चल रहा है। मोदी की गारंटी वाली गाड़ी 2,17,000 गांव तक पहुंच चुकी है। इसमें लगभग 14 करोड़ लोगों ने भाग लिया है। 4 करोड़ से ज्यादा लोगों की हेल्थ स्क्रीनिंग हुई है। जिस कार्य योजना के माध्यम से यह कार्यक्रम, जिसकी वेदना ने आपने समय समय पर प्रस्तुत किया है और कहा है कि ट्राइबल एरिया में जो सिकिल से एनीमिया की जो समस्या है उसका अस्थायी समाधान हो सके। इसी तरीके से 2.5 करोड़ से ज्यादा आयुष्मान कार्ड बने हैं। मुझे यह कहते हुए खुशी हो रही है कि माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी, आपने एक जनसेवक के रूप में दिन रात कार्य किए हैं और वह जनता के दिलों तक पहुंचते हैं। आइए हम सब मिलकर माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी के संकल्पों को साकार करें। इस संवेदनशील कार्यक्रम में माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी ने अपनी संवेदना के साथ भावनात्मक तरीके से जुड़कर आज 100 से अधिक जिलों में लगभग 22,500 गांव में से 17,443 गांव इस समय जुड़े हैं इस कार्यक्रम के माध्यम से और में लगभग भारत सरकार के पदाधिकारी भी सभी स्थानों में उपस्थित है, सभी सांसद उपस्थित है और माननीय मंत्रीगण उपस्थित है। सबका आभार व्यक्त करते हुए माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी का पुनः मैं आभार व्यक्त करता हूं और अनुरोध करता हूं कि आगे का कार्यक्रम प्रारंभ किया जाए।
PM-JANMAN मिशन विकसित भारत के संकल्प का एक प्रमुख आधार है। आइए इस मिशन पर आधारित एक लघु फिल्म देखें।
हिमालय की चोटी से लेकर अंडमान निकोबार तक भारत में 700 से अधिक अनुसूचित जनजातियां हैं। उन जनजातियों में 75 जनजातियां ऐसी हैं जो बाकी जनजातियों से बहुत ज्यादा पिछड़ी हुई हैं। 18 राज्यों और अंडमान निकोबार द्वीप समूह के 23,000 गांवों में रहने वाले इन 15 लाख अति पिछड़े अनुसूचित जनजाति परिवारों के सदस्यों की संख्या लगभग 39 लाख है। ये जनजातीय समुदाय जो अभी तक अपने मौलिक अधिकारों से भी वंचित थे, उनके आर्थिक सामाजिक उत्थान हेतु माननीय प्रधानमंत्री श्री नरेंद्र मोदी ने धरती आबा बिरसा मुंडा की जन्म जयंती
पता है ये लंबी सी मेट्रो लाइन क्यों बनी? सिर्फ इसलिए कि पापा जल्दी घर पर आए और ये दोनों उनकी गोदी में छलांग मार पाए। वो काम ही कैसा काम जिसकी खोज किसी को अपनों से दूर ले जाए। सिर्फ इसलिए रंजीत के शहर में भी एक ऑफिस बना है। कहीं एक नई रोड ने साइंस को शहर से गांव तक पहुंचाया ताकि पूर्णी चांद तक पहुंचने का सपना देख पाए। और हमारे जवानों के कदम कभी न रुके सिर्फ इसीलिए कहीं एक मजबूत पुल बना है। देश के नंबर 1 सीमेंट अल्ट्राटेक में हम मानते हैं कि इंडिया बनता रहेगा तो आगे बढ़ता रहेगा। अल्ट्राटेक सीमेंट बनेगा तो बढ़ेगा इंडिया। इस दुनिया में बस हम दो हैं, दुनिया जिनकी दीवानी है। आ रहे हैं हम दोनों।
मोदी सरकार की गारंटी, हर गरीब का मुफ्त इलाज। 55 करोड़ लोगों को दी हर साल 5 लाख रुपए तक के मुफ्त इलाज की निश्चिंतता। हमारा संकल्प विकसित भारत।
Pooja, you left the job and still so cool?
Bro, new challenges bring new opportunities.
Oh, really?
Seriously, Rahul, my entire house, now it's an online retail store. Look.
Wow. But money?
Few years back, I'd invested my Diwali bonus.
And now you have LIC's ULIP plan Nivesh Plus. Invest once, get the benefit of both life insurance and maximize returns based on market trends.
One sec, Rahul.
Madam, you are double cool.
External Affairs Minister S. Sri Shankar is on a 2-day visit to Iran to discuss the rising tensions in the Middle East between Houthis and the West. EAM's visit comes after US and the UK launched multiple retaliatory airstrikes targeting the Houthis. Union Minister of State for Defence Ajay Bhatt visited DRDO in Hyderabad and reviewed the ongoing missile technologies. Ajay Bhatt said that DRDO should emerge as a world leader in exporting weapon systems to other nations. On the auspicious occasion of Makar Sankranti, Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath has extended Makar Sankranti wishes to every Indian, emphasizing its diverse celebrations across the country in various forms and names.
आज मकर संक्रांति का पावन पर्व है। मकर संक्रांति के अवसर पर मैं पूरे प्रदेशवासियों को, सभी श्रद्धालु जनों को हृदय से बधाई और मंगलमय शुभकामनाएं देता हूं।
Indian Army conducted fire-powered demonstration exercise Top-T at Devlali in Nashik as part of Atmanirbhar Bharat. Indigenously manufactured artillery equipment was showcased at the event. Amid the worsening air quality in the entire Delhi NCR region, the Commission for the Air Quality Management reimposed the GRAP 3 restrictions. Vehicles are being checked by officials amid the pollution-related GRAP 3 regulations. As temperature of the national capital remains low, cold wave and dense fog have engulfed parts of Delhi and several other parts of North India. The dense fog situation has reduced the visibility, disrupting the vehicular movements. Now, the dense fog situation continues in New Delhi and different parts of North India. GRAP 3 measures have also been employed by the officials to contain the pollution in the northern part of the country. Also, the cold wave and thick fog have significantly lowered the visibility in the state, disrupting train and also flight schedules. Now, let's take a look at this report filed by my colleague from Kartavya Path.
I'm right now reporting from Kartavya Path, and over here you can see that the situation of fog still remains, and you can see that the Rashtrapati Bhavan, the South Block and the North Block remain invisible at the moment, and this only highlights about the situation of fog. And while I speak, you can also see that how several officials of Indian Army who are preparing for the Republic Day are just taking a walk, because it is over here that the preparation of the 74th Republic Day is being undertaken. But the situation over here on the ground is, and you can see the visual of a very bleak view of India Gate, where the fog has made sure that you will get a very bleak view of the India Gate also. So this is the situation of Indian fog over here in the national capital, where commuters and also several passengers who continue to travel by Indian Railways and airways continue to be affected. In fact, what we have been told is that there are 15 trains which have been delayed because of this fog. Not only the trains, but we have also been told that how flight schedules are being delayed, and because of which the commuters have to wait for a very long time. The waiting time for the commuters, it continues to be quite long. And while I speak, I would again just show the visual that while we are speaking over here at Kartavya Path, you are also seeing that how officers and jawans of Indian Army who are preparing for the upcoming Republic Day is just taking a walk. And despite the fog and chilly weather conditions, the preparation for the upcoming Republic Day is being undertaken by the officers and jawans of the Indian Army.
Amity has been ranked India's #1 private university for the 11th year by India Today, a testimony to Amity's world-class education whilst imbibing values and sanskars in students.
मिलके हम पंजाब को रंगला पंजाब बनाएंगे और बिजली के मामले में पंजाब को सरप्लस बनाएंगे।
24 घंटे बिजली रहिंदी है जी, कोई दिक्कत नहीं बिजली दी, सानू कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं आउंदी जी। जो भी मतलब लोग सरकार नू टैक्स जमा कराउंदे आ, वो टैक्स ही ये लग रहा जी, ते सानू संतुष्टि है सरकार तो जी। पंजाब सरकार दा, भगवंत मान जी दा बहुत बहुत धन्नवाद करते हैं जी।
बिजली के बिल तो जमा ही मैनू 1.5 साल हो गया, जमा जीरो आ रहा मेरा। तो जोड़े वो लैपटॉप से अगे पढ़ाइयां नहीं होंदियां ही बच्चों दियां, जानी दी हुण तो जमा ही भोरा भी नहीं कट के लगता। बिजली का बहुत सोहना सूबा सरकार ने बहुत सोहना काम कीते।
कि गवर्नमेंट तो बनाती लोगों ने, हुण अपनी नैक्सट जनरेशन किवें बनू, अगली पीढ़ी जिहड़ी है उन्होंने आपां किवें उच्चा लैके जा सकते हैं, गरीबां दा जिउण दा स्तर जिहड़ा जीवन उच्चा पद्धर दा किवें चक सकते हैं। ये साडियां प्रायोरिटीज़ ने। मेरे ते यकीन तुसीं कीता तां यकीन रखियो, मैं तुहाडा यकीन कदे टुटण नहीं दूंगा।
भाई इतनी बड़ी टाइल,
इतनी बड़ी बड़ी हिट्स आप लोगों ने मुझे दी हैं। टाइल्स तो बड़े होने चाहिए। सुमानी मैक्स टाइल्स, टाइलों का सबसे बड़ा भाई। सुमानी मैक्स टाइल्स, जमीन से जुड़े।
पढ़ता है, खेलता है, झूलता उछलता है, दौड़ता कभी कभी दौड़ कराता है, आगे आगे बढ़ता है इंडिया, अमूल दूध पीता है इंडिया।
Viewers, we're live and breaking. I'm Shivangi Shukla, getting you the latest. And what we see right now are multiple updates coming in on Republic TV. Especially, we are tracking all the political developments which are taking place ahead of the Lok Sabha elections and all the updates from Ayodhya as we inch towards the Ram Mandir inauguration. First, let's see what is making the headlines.
सभी विरोधी पार्टियों से अपनी दूरी बना के रखेगी, अर्थात हमारी पार्टी यहाँ किसी भी गठबंधन व पार्टी के साथ मिलकर ये चुनाव नहीं लड़ेगी।
Big snap to Congress ahead of Lok Sabha polls. BSP says no alliance with the Congress.
वहाँ भगवान क्या हमें वहाँ बैठे हुए हैं, इसके पहले भी सभी लोग दर्शन वहाँ लगातार कर रहे हैं। हम सब लोग जाएंगे, रामलला का दर्शन करेंगे।
Congress's hypocrisy exposed, top brass boycotts, but UP Congress visits Ram Temple. BJP hints at a political earthquake in the MBA, claims there are more than 15 defections, more defections likely in the next 15 days. Annamalai releases former DMK MP's audio tape, alleges manipulation under UPA regime. India celebrates 76th Army Day parade, grand spectacle in Lucknow. Getting some big breaking updates coming in right now. ED raids in 6 locations. ED raids are connection with the ration distribution scam. And what we know so far, viewers, is that these raids are happening in 6 whole locations. Now, the ED team is comprising of 4 officers. That is what we know so far. And the raids are happening in Shankar Adhya CA Arvind Singh's office in Salt Lake Sector 5. So that's what we know so far, viewers, about this story which is happening at this point of time, and it's a big breaking coming in. Of course, this is coming in from West Bengal, from Kolkata itself. Salt Lake area, the Salt Lake Sector 5, that is where the raids are happening. And the raids are happening in 6 locations in the ration distribution scam. So that is what we are seeing at this point of time. And let's go ahead, viewers, to the other story we're tracking at this point of time. Now, what we see right now, viewers, is that we're getting more updates as we inch towards the Lok Sabha polls. Now, what we know is the first contest of India Alliance. Aam Aadmi Party Congress confirmed alliance for Chandigarh Mayor elections. There's a big update coming on Republic TV, viewers. Big update coming in on Republic TV. Mayor will be of Aam Aadmi Party and senior deputy mayor, and others will be of the Congress. So we are seeing that a kind of understanding has been reached at this point of time. Chandigarh mayor will be from the Aam Aadmi Party. That is what we are learning of right now. And this is a big update coming in. Now, let's take our viewers through exactly what is next. These elections are scheduled on 18th of January. So these are mayor elections. Let's go to Amandeep, my colleague who's joining us. Amandeep, I'm coming to you right now. And we know that anyways, when it comes to the India Alliance partners, they have been struggling to really come down to a formula, seat sharing formula, which benefits both the alliance partners. And we know that the Congress was not really very happy about getting a junior partner role. But what's the latest coming in right now? These are mayor elections we're talking about. Was this seat sharing formula, or were these decisions which were taken, were they agreeable to both the parties in this case?
Well, absolutely, Shivangi. They have already reached to break the deadlock with the seat sharing in Chandigarh mayor elections. And in fact, it has been decided so far, and we have confirmed from our sources in the Congress party that the post of the mayor has been given to Aam Aadmi Party, and rest of, including senior deputy mayor will be of Congress. This is the formula they are opting for, and in fact, this is the formula is being opted to break the deadlock between Aam Aadmi Party and Congress for the Chandigarh mayor elections. Just because, Shivangi, the Congress is having 7 seats, 7 councillors in Chandigarh, and in fact AAP is having 13 councillors, so they will be reaching to the magic number of 20, whereas the BJP is still on 15, having 15 councillors, and in fact one is with Shromani Akali Dal. So the total number of councillors are 36, and each party has to need 19 councillors to make their own mayor, and in fact Congress plus Aam Aadmi Party, if they join the hands, they can reach to that number. But the point is that Congress leaders have confirmed it, that the formal announcement is just pending, and in fact this is the formula that has been finalized by having the marathon meetings between Aam Aadmi Party and Congress leaders, in fact in Chandigarh. Just because Rajiv Shukla have pitched in, Raghav Chadha from Aam Aadmi Party held several meetings with the party leadership in the Chandigarh as well as in Delhi also, and in fact they both have held the meetings together also to break the deadlock of this alliance, just to reach to some conclusion for the seat sharing. Just because if this happens, Shivangi, though uncertainty is still prevailing, though if it happens, this would be the first election for the Indie alliance after joining the hands with the seat sharing. But let's wait and watch, just because the mayor election is being scheduled on 18th of January and there are several days still left, and anything can happen just because uncertainty is prevailing. Just Congress is claiming that they are ready to surrender the post of mayor of Chandigarh to Aam Aadmi Party just because they are having more councillors, majority of councillors. But they are insisting for senior deputy mayor and deputy mayor for the Congress party, so that the existence of the Congress party will sustain on the ground in Chandigarh. And in fact, this is the formula. So far, this is the formula has been opted, but the formal announcement is still pending, just because all the parties, including BJP, has fielded their separate nominations for the mayor, senior deputy mayor, and in fact deputy mayor always. And even the Congress and Aam Aadmi Party has also filed the nominations of mayor, senior deputy mayor, and deputy mayor. And if they join the hands, one has to withdraw their candidate for the elections scheduled on 18th of January. So still the uncertainty is prevailing, and even let's wait and watch if they are announced formally of this seat sharing formula. Yes, Shivangi.
Right. Amandeep is getting us all these top details coming in right now. And Amandeep, as we keep getting our viewers more details, if you could take our viewers through exactly what the process has been before the mayor elections. And do you sense any kind of division between the Aam Aadmi Party and Congress? Do you think there could be a flashpoint later on as we inch towards the mayor elections?
Well, Shivangi, the point is that Congress High Command has sent Rajiv Shukla to Chandigarh to make the negotiations with Aam Aadmi Party. And Aam Aadmi Party have deputed Raghav Chadha to make the negotiations in Chandigarh for the post of the mayor. And after having several meetings together, after taking the consent of the councillors, the formula they are trying to opt is that a mayor would be of Aam Aadmi Party just because they are having more councillors. They are having 13 councillors. And even Congress is limited to 7 councillors, so senior deputy mayor and deputy mayor might be given to the Congress party just to restore their political existence in Chandigarh. So in fact, this is the formula that has been opted by both the parties, but it has not been finalized just because there is no formal announcement so far. This is among the party leaders that has been discussed. On one side, Aam Aadmi Party is claiming that they are already having 13 councillors with them, so there is no point to give senior deputy mayor to Congress party, they might stick to the deputy mayor only. But the Congress is claiming that without association of the Congress, Aam Aadmi Party cannot make their own mayor. So senior deputy mayor and deputy mayor will be of Congress party. So here is the point of conflict where the uncertainty is still prevailing, and that is the reason the formal announcement has not been come out from both the parties. But they have decided to join hands, but the negotiations are still on. Yes, Shivangi.
All right, thank you so much for joining us with those details there, Amandeep. Amandeep is getting us top details as we're seeing Aam Aadmi Party Congress confirm alliance for Chandigarh mayor elections. Mayor will be from the Aam Aadmi Party, senior deputy mayor, and others will be from the Congress. Of course, we'll wait and watch how things progress further as we inch towards the mayor elections later on. Now let's move ahead to the other story. We're tracking Republic TV, and viewers, we know that we have been tracking all the developments from Ayodhya, and what we see at this point of time is top updates coming in. We see that more details coming in at this point of time, viewers, and as we keep getting you more details, let's tell you exactly what is happening. We're learning that the Congress's hypocrisy on the Ram temple has been exposed. That is right. Now, as the top brass has boycotted the temple invite, we are learning that ahead of the Ram temple consecration, hundreds of Congress workers from Uttar Pradesh, including party's state unit chief Ajay Rai and state in charge Avinash Pandey, will visit Ayodhya today itself. That is right. Big update coming in right now, where UP Congress chief and hundreds, I repeat, hundreds of Congress workers from UP will be visiting Ayodhya today. But the interesting bit is, the twist in the story is this, is that the Congress top brass, we're talking about Mallikarjun Kharge, former President Sonia Gandhi, Lok Sabha leader Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary, all these who have been invited to the consecration ceremony have declined the invitation. So as the top brass has declined the invitation, what we are seeing right now is that the UP Congress chief, the party state unit chief in Uttar Pradesh, is going to visit Ram Mandir. In fact, the Ayodhya today itself. Let's go ahead, viewers, and have a look at the reactions coming in.
देखिए, ऐसा है कि 22 तारीख का जो कार्यक्रम है उसमें पहले ही हमारे चारों शंकराचार्य ने जाने से इनकार कर दिया है। क्यों? क्योंकि वो मोदी जी अपना व्यक्तिगत कार्यक्रम बना रहे हैं और प्राण प्रतिष्ठा भगवान तो ऑलरेडी वहाँ बैठे हुए हैं। भगवान तो वहाँ प्रतिष्ठित ही है। रामलला वहाँ पूजा किसकी होती है? रामलला की पूजा होती है। वो मोदी जी अपना इवेंट कर रहे हैं, प्राण प्रतिष्ठा वहाँ भगवान क्या हमें वहाँ बैठे हुए हैं। इसके पहले भी सभी लोग दर्शन वहाँ लगातार कर रहे हैं। हम सब लोग जाएंगे, रामलला का दर्शन करेंगे। 22 का जो कार्यक्रम है वो पूरी तरीके से वो मोदी अपनी तरीके से कर रहे हैं। जब उसमें चारों शंकराचार्य जाने से मना कर दिए तो मैं समझता हूँ कि हम सब लोग आज 15 तारीख को जा रहे हैं, वहाँ दर्शन करेंगे और जय जय सिया राम होगा।
All right, let's go straight to Madhurima, my colleague who's joining us live right now. And Madhurima, as we keep getting our viewers more updates, let's tell you exactly what is happening. If you could tell our viewers, Madhurima, that what are we seeing play out? Ram Mandir inauguration has become such a bone of contention and such a controversy right now, because we are seeing that on one hand, the top brass of the Congress was invited, but they are saying they will not go for it. On the other hand, the big question is, and why is a UP Congress chief going for the Ram Mandir, in fact going to Ayodhya today itself with hundreds of Congress workers? What is the agenda of his visit this time around, Madhurima?
Well, Shivangi, the Congress party, with this bid of their Uttar Pradesh state unit visiting Ayodhya, is trying to balance out the allegations that were levelled by the Bharatiya Janata Party on the day when the invitation was declined by the Congress top rung. Remember that Mr. Jairam Ramesh in an official statement had said that the Congress believes that it is a BJP RSS event and it seems like more of a political event, and that that religion and spirituality is a personal thing, and which is why they are respectfully declining the invitation. But after that statement was made public, there was a lot of uproar, and the Congress party came out as anti-Hindu, and the BJP also took upon the opportunity to slam Congress party, saying that this was not the matter to play petty politics, whereas the Congress should have risen above the entire political matter and visited the consecration ceremony, which is going to be a grand event and a once in a lifetime kind of an event that is taking place in our country. But with this bid, the Congress has time and again asserting that we believe in Lord Ram, that we believe in Hinduism, we are not anti-Sanatan, and to prove that this particular visit has been scheduled, where the Congress's state chief of Uttar Pradesh along with hundreds of workers will be visiting the Ram temple in Ayodhya. So this is in a way to fight that image that was created on the day when the Congress stopped Rang respectfully, as they mentioned in their statement, declined that particular invitation for the consecration ceremony on January 22nd. Shivangi.
Right, Madhurima, and if you could take our viewers once more about what really has been happening. Now, we know, Madhurima, that the Congress has said this is a political event. So that's what they are calling it. The Congress is calling this a political event, and that's the whole plank for them. They're saying this is nothing more than some tactics were used by the BJP-led government before the Lok Sabha elections. But at the same time, we are seeing that the entire issue has become a poll plank, you could say, almost for the Congress, where they are making the Ram Mandir inauguration a very big issue before the Lok Sabha election. So what really is happening within the India Alliance, with different party members now saying different things about the Ram Mandir inauguration, Madhurima?
Well, Shivangi, remember that this entire rejection did not bode well for the Congress and for the India Alliance as well, because for the past 6 to 7 months, we've seen that how anti-Sanatan and anti-Hinduism comments coming from different and various partners of the India Alliance have been costing them a lot. And even we saw that the Congress also lost 3 states in the recently concluded assembly elections as well. So to soften that kind of blow, that once again that they rejected the invitation, the Congress did not mull over the consequences, because there was a lot of uproar that unraveled the day this invitation was declined, Shivangi. And I also spoke to the VHP International Working President, who told Republic TV that the Congress party had initially accepted the invitation, had said that they would visit, and if Ms. Sonia Gandhi will not be able to attend the event, they'll be certainly sending a delegation of the Congress party on the 22nd January to attend the main consecration ceremony. Now, according to the VHP as well, they believe that maybe the Congress would have calculated that how this entire visit is going to cost them politically, and after that political calculation, they decided to reject the matter. But after they rejected the invitation, the BJP took upon themselves to once again slam the Congress party and say that this was yet again an anti-Sanatan step, and the Congress should have risen above the petty politics and should have participated in the consecration ceremony. Shivangi.
All right, thank you, Madhurima, for getting us all the details coming in right now. And Madhurima is getting us top updates as we inch towards and we count down to the Ram Mandir inauguration, which is in less than a week. A lot of political war of words, and of course, we're seeing a lot of controversy being created within the Congress itself. A big division when it comes to their statements towards the Ram Mandir. Let's go ahead, viewers, to the other story we're tracking right now. As we count down for the Ram Mandir inauguration, preparations are underway, not just in Ayodhya, but the entire nation is excited for it. Now, what we see next in this report is a first-year student from Uri who is singing bhajans, Ram bhajans, in the Pahari language as we are waiting for that big Ram Mandir inauguration to take place. Take a look at this report for more.
हमारे पीएम मोदी जी ने 11 दिनों का व्रत रखा है। प्राइम मिनिस्टर ने ये संकल्प राम मंदिर प्राण प्रतिष्ठा की नेक आमद में रखा है। आज पूरा मुल्क राम गीत गुनगुना रहा है और इसमें हमारा जम्मू और कश्मीर भी पीछे नहीं है। चलिए मैं आप लोगों के साथ जुड़ जाती हूँ उड़ी कश्मीर से। मड़ी चौखट टुरका आज 4 धाम आए दिन, मड़े राम आए दिन, अम्मा सीता नाल आए दिन, लक्ष्मण होर भक्त हनुमान आए दिन, बजाओ टोल स्वागत बीच मड़े कार राम आए दिन। वस्सलाम।
All right, viewers, other top updates we're tracking right now. Hundreds of devotees reached the Sabrimala shrine in Kerala to be part of the major festival and have darshan. Union Minister Sarbananda Sonowal led the traditional Miji in Guwahati as part of the festivities. On the occasion of Makar Sankranti, hundreds of devotees were seen taking a holy dip in the Ganga river in Varanasi in the wee hours of the morning. Jallikattu competition, which is the bull taming sport, began today in Tamil Nadu amid much cheering from the crowd. Before the competition began, the health checkup of bulls took place in Madurai. People were seen dancing, celebrating the harvest festival of Pongal across Tamil Nadu. It is a harvest festival that marks the beginning of the Tamil month and the Tamil New Year. Viewers, much more coming up on the other side. BJP hints political earthquake in MVA, claims more defections are likely in the next 15 days.
पता है ये लंबी सी मेट्रो लाइन क्यों बनी? सिर्फ इसलिए कि पापा जल्दी घर पर आए और ये दोनों उनकी गोदी में छलांग मार पाए। वो काम ही कैसा काम जिसकी खोज किसी को अपनों से दूर ले जाए। सिर्फ इसलिए रंजीत के शहर में भी एक ऑफिस बना है। कहीं एक नई रोड ने साइंस को शहर से गांव तक पहुंचाया ताकि पूर्णी चांद तक पहुंचने का सपना देख पाए। और हमारे जवानों के कदम कभी ना रुके, सिर्फ इसीलिए कहीं एक मजबूत पुल बना है। देश के नंबर 1 सीमेंट अल्ट्राटेक में हम मानते हैं कि इंडिया बनता रहेगा तो आगे बढ़ता रहेगा। अल्ट्राटेक सीमेंट बनेगा तो बढ़ेगा इंडिया।
3 से 4 व्हीलर में अपग्रेड तो करना है, पर इसमें से क्या खास बात है?
इसमें एक खासियत हो तो बताएं। टाटा इस गोल्ड पेट्रोल 6 में है दमदार इंजन जो दे बढ़िया पिकअप, बड़ी और स्ट्रॉन्ग लोड बॉडी और मेंटेनेंस एकदम कम। तो अब सोचो, समझो और टाटा इस गोल्ड पेट्रोल 6 लो।
मोदी सरकार की गारंटी, हर घर पहुंचेगा नल से जल। अब तक 13.5 करोड़ से अधिक नल कनेक्शन। हमारा संकल्प विकसित भारत।
Whenever I had ice cream or cold water, I would experience a sharp shooting sensation. So I just kept ignoring it. Even my hot chai was giving me the same amount of discomfort. My dentist recommended Sensodyne. So now I can be completely carefree and sip my hot cup of tea. It really works.
I want to soar above the skies and fulfill my responsibilities. With LIC. Paid your LIC premium? On time. Dil ki suno. LIC चुनो।
LIC हर पल आपके साथ।
Viewers, top global updates. North Korea shared image of country's latest missile launch, calling it an intermediate range solid fuel ballistic missile loaded with a hypersonic maneuverable control warhead. Thousands of military and police officers raided several prisons in Ecuador in search of weapons, ammunition, and explosives and to restore order. This comes after a week of detentions of more than 100 officials amid an unprecedented spiral of violence in the Andean country. Following a series of earthquakes in southwestern Iceland, a volcano erupted for the second time in less than a month, sending semi-molten rock spewing towards a nearby settlement. Heavy rains caused flooding in parts of Rio's north zone in Brazil. Following the devastating floods, Rio de Janeiro's mayor declared state of emergency across the region. During his visit to Egypt, China's Foreign Minister Wang called for an immediate ceasefire in Gaza and to ensure the delivery of humanitarian aid to Palestinians in the war-wrecked strip. Wang and his Egyptian counterpart also discussed the situation in the Red Sea. Thousands gathered in London for a pro-Israel rally marking 100 days since Hamas attack on October 7. The demonstration was called in support of Israel and for the release of Israeli hostages. Viewers, much more coming up on the other side. BJP hints political earthquake and MVA claims more defections likely in the next 15 days. Stay tuned.
This is Republic Eva Bupa Studio, your one-stop for all the breaking news updates, and I am Nikita Sahai.
Amity has been ranked India's #1 private university for the 11th year by India Today, a testimony to Amity's world-class education whilst imbibing values and sanskars in students.
Movement that inspires.
केंद्रीय शिक्षा मंत्री धर्मेंद्र प्रधान और मुख्यमंत्री योगी आदित्यनाथ ने लखनऊ में पीएम श्री स्कूलों के 404 करोड़ रुपए की लागत से होने वाले आधुनिकीकरण कार्यक्रम का शुभारंभ किया।
मैं सबसे पहले आदरणीय प्रधानमंत्री जी का हृदय से आभारी हूँ। शिक्षा को राष्ट्रीय शिक्षा नीति के रूप में उन्होंने लागू करते हुए 2020 में पूरे देश को एक नए विजन के साथ आगे बढ़ने की एक नई प्रेरणा दी और उसी श्रृंखला का हिस्सा है पीएम श्री स्कूल की योजना।
इसके साथ ही प्रोजेक्ट अलंकार के तहत माध्यमिक विद्यालयों में सुविधाओं के लिए 347 करोड़ की धनराशि भी हस्तांतरित की गई। प्रदेश में गुणवत्तापूर्ण शिक्षा के लिए प्रतिबद्ध योगी सरकार की इस योजना का लाभ प्रदेश के लगभग 5 करोड़ बच्चों को होगा।
देख, इत्तू सी है, थाली तो अनलिमिटेड होनी चाहिए।
कैंटीन की थाली है, कोई नीवा बूपा हेल्थ इंश्योरेंस पॉलिसी थोड़ी है। मतलब इत्तू भी क्लेम किया तो पूरा बेस कवरेज वापस, अनलिमिटेड टाइम।
ये तो मुझे भी चाहिए।
जिंदगी को क्लेम कर ले।
भाई इतनी बड़ी टाइल,
इतनी बड़ी बड़ी हिट्स आप लोगों ने मुझे दी हैं। टाइल्स तो बड़े होने चाहिए। सुमानी मैक्स टाइल्स, टाइलों का सबसे बड़ा भाई। सुमानी मैक्स टाइल्स, जमीन से जुड़े।
I'm Nikita Sahai on Republic TV and you are watching 1 PM Live and Breaking with me. Now let's get you the top headlines at this hour.
विरोधी पार्टियों से अपनी दूरी बना के रखेगी, अर्थात हमारी पार्टी यहाँ किसी भी गठबंधन व पार्टी के साथ मिलकर ये चुनाव नहीं लड़ेगी।
Big snap to Congress ahead of Lok Sabha polls. BSP says no alliance with Congress.
प्रतिष्ठा वहाँ भगवान क्या हमें वहाँ बैठे हुए हैं। इसके पहले भी सभी लोग दर्शन वहाँ लगातार कर रहे हैं। हम सब लोग जाएंगे, रामलला का दर्शन करेंगे।
Congress's hypocrisy exposed, top brass boycotts, but UP Congress visits Ram Temple. BJP hints at political earthquake in Mahavikas Aghadi, claims more defections in the next 15 days. Anna Malai releases former DMK MP's audio tape, alleges manipulation under UPA regime. India celebrates 76th Army Day Parade, grand spectacle in Lucknow. Viewers, we have this shocking story at this hour. This morning at 11 a.m., Republic Kannada aired an investigative report on how a fake NGO had hired a few girls from Tamil Nadu to make calls and cheat people in the guise of donations. One such woman who was used by this racket was beaten and exposed the modus operandi firsthand. Republic Kannada exposed the racket and fake NGO in Anikal this morning. In exactly 20 minutes after airing this investigation, the police has raided this fake NGO. Now, this fake NGO has been exposed in Tamil Nadu, which used to make calls and cheat people in the guise of donations. Other such incidents had also come up in Bengal some couple of years back. Now, in Tamil Nadu, in the latest, Republic Kannada has aired this exclusive investigative report exposing how a fake NGO had hired a few girls from Tamil Nadu to make calls and cheat people in the guise of donations. One of the women who was involved in this NGO racket has exposed the modus operandi. And Republic Kannada has exposed the racket and the fake NGO in Anekal. For more on this, I have my colleague Chiru. Chiru, a very good afternoon to you. Please take us through the shocking incident of this fake NGO which was taking donations in the name of it being an NGO, though it was just a racket.
Yes. We at 11 a.m. exactly in the morning, when all were busy celebrating Sankranti here in Karnataka, we at 11 a.m. broke this story that what is happening in Anekal exactly. Basically, we all go to shopping malls and we go to some restaurants and where we share our numbers, we share our birthday just because we'll be expecting that we'll get some bumper offers from them. So in respect to that, we share our personal details to shopping owners and everything. And from there, they grab their data, they buy their data from them. And after that, they'll be calling you right in your birthday and they'll tell that we are from orphanage and some orphan kids will be wishing you happy birthday and they'll be celebrating your birthday. So you have to give this much, that much, and they'll be giving some kind of slabs. Okay, if you give 1,500 or 2,000, you'll be providing food for some at least 20 or 30 orphan kids and all. Of course, it is a feeling for anyone. If I'm celebrating my birthday here, normally what I'll do, I'll say, okay, let us do some good job on my birthday, some good deed on my birthday. So I offer them money, and once this all scam came out, once they were giving receipts in the different NGO. They operate under the name SVB Allies Trust, and now they are giving receipts in different NGO. And where do they collect all this kind of children's data and orphanage data is from different NGO. When this came to Republic Canada's notice, we didn't waste any time on this. We hit out and we broke the story. And soon after this, 11 a.m. we broke the story, and 11:20 a.m. there was an impact. Police of Surinagar station, they came to the spot, they raided, and also because of this, some people flew the scene. Some people escaped from the location, and police didn't leave. They are still tracking, and they're still following each and every culprit involved in this scam. Back to the studio.
All right, Chiru, could you please tell me about now, as a result of Republic Kannada investigation exclusive, the whole NGO has been raided. As we also saw in the visuals, police raided that whole fake NGO, which was also exposed by a woman of this NGO. Chiru, could you please tell me, you were talking about the data of children having been used, like when we go to the mall and we buy things, we share our data. So could you please kindly elaborate upon this angle of how this data was misused by this fake NGO?
Basically, it will be like this. We enter into a mall. Basically, there is no rules whether to provide our personal data to anybody. This is like normal. When you are issuing some bill, people will be asking for your bill. They'll ask your name, they'll ask your phone number, they'll ask your every detail, personal details for whatsoever reason it is, they'll be asking. And technically, legally, and there is no provision as to we have to provide our personal details to shopping malls or any outside the area. But now, by collecting this personal details, what they'll do, they'll sell the same data to some fake NGOs or fake call centers. And in this NGO, there are few girls used to call the person outside this NGO, as per the data extracted from their system, they'll be calling and they'll be asking for one thing. If your birthday is today, please provide us with some more money. And also, it is your day. We have so many orphans in our NGO. They'll be collectively wishing your birthday. They'll be celebrating your birthday. If you provide us only 5,000, 2,000, or whatever denomination it is, there is no particular amount mentioned here, but they'll be pushing you to provide more and more donation. Like, if you provide 5,000 or 10,000 on your birthday, you'll be feeding at least 20 kids. You'll be feeding at least 50 kids. If this is the case, what we normally do, we want at least to do some good things on our birthday. So what we'll do, we'll provide at least 5,000 or 7,000. They'll say, okay, if you're providing 7,000 or 5,000, it is okay. You'll be providing food for at least 20 kids. That is okay. But what exactly is happening? They'll be taking your money, they'll be putting in their account, and shocking news, the most shocking news here is daily transaction of around 40 to 50 lakhs were happening in this one particular NGO. This is the most shocking news here. Of course, not only one person will be celebrating their birthday, and they have a separate telecallers team. The girls will be calling, the girls will be given a target to achieve. If they don't achieve that target, they will be harassed very badly in this NGO, as claimed by some person, some female in that NGO, working in that NGO. So when this happened, when this got to know, when this got attention of Republic Kannada team, we made a story at 11 a.m. exactly, and after 20 minutes, Suryanagar police station didn't hesitate much. They raided, and upon the request, upon the order of the SP Anikal SP, he called the police station. He ordered them that they should be raiding this, and the news is going on air in Republic Kannada due to the fact, and we got a big impact here in Republic Kannada.
Absolutely, Chiru. That was my colleague, Chiru. Republic Kannada has exposed a big fake NGO in Tamil Nadu's Anekal, and a lot of cash transaction was happening in this NGO, so-called NGO, which was picking up data of all the shoppers and all the goers to malls and other places like this, where one is supposed to share all the details when we go to a mall and we share our details for billing and all these purposes. In Tamil Nadu's Anekal, exactly this was the place from where the details of the customers was being picked up by this fake NGO. One of the employees of the NGO, a woman, has come and exposed what this fake NGO was doing, and Republic Kannada, in its exclusive investigation, has also exposed the same. Republic Kannada. In another big story, at this January 14th, during the announcement of a flight delay by Indigo captain, a passenger, Sahil Kataria, had assaulted the captain, and as per the protocol, the passenger was declared unruly and handed over to the local law enforcement agencies for further action. Now, the incident is being referred to the Independent Internal Committee for appropriate action and inclusion of the passenger on the no-fly list as laid down by regulatory guidelines. Now, let me take you through what exactly happened, viewers. A Delhi flight bound to Goa from Delhi was getting delayed. Probably there was a communication gap, as we had also earlier spoken to my colleague. And because of that, while the new cruise captain, after the delay and everything, when he was announcing about further delays in the flight, one of the passengers got up from the last rows and went ahead and punched the captain. Now, a case has been filed, and for more on this, I have my colleague Madhurima back with me. Madhurima, please share the latest updates in this case, where this passenger, Sahil, went ahead and punched the captain of Indigo, who was announcing that there would be further delays because of the foggy situation, which is also affecting other flights, and even trains are getting delayed.
Well, Nikita, the Indigo has taken serious cognizance of the matter. In a formal statement that they have issued, the Indigo has categorically mentioned that Mr. Kataria all of a sudden got up from his seat and moved forward and jumped the first officer of the aircraft and punched him. Following this, the Indigo has also registered a formal complaint with the IGI police station as well at the Indira Gandhi International Airport. The DCP said that Mr. Kataria will be sent out a notice under Section 41. At the same time, the Indigo has also pressed for Mr. Kataria to be included in a no-flyers list. The Indigo, in the statement, has asserted that they have taken cognizance that Mr. Kataria was an unruly passenger and needs to be treated in the similar fashion, and hence they have requested the concerned authorities as well to include Mr. Kataria in a no-flyers list. We'll have to wait and watch as to what action is taken by the IGI police as well against Mr. Kataria, though it's a bailable offence, but the investigation is on, and Mr. Kataria will be brought to the police station, will be asked and to give a statement. This is a bailable offence, but yes, serious cognizance taken by Indigo, and this could result in Mr. Kataria being added in the no-flyers list, as the Indigo has asserted time and again that his behavior was beyond unruly and no amount of delay that was caused during that particular time would warrant such an action. What we're learning from our sources that there were almost 13 hours of delay, 10-hour delay of the flight, and all the passengers waited for somewhat around 3 hours inside the aircraft. That infuriated the passenger, and one of them, Mr. Sahil Katyar, the one we can see in the yellow hoodie in the video, got up and punched the first officer. Serious cognizance taken, FIR registered. Nikita.
All right, Madhurima, so generally when such unruly passengers behave in a certain way like this, they are put on the no-fly list. So could you please tell me that has this person, has he been put on the no-fly list by Indigo, or that is still in process?
Well, Nikita, that is still under process because it requires the intervention of the governmental authorities as well, because they would want that Mr. Sahil's name is given to the concerned authorities so that he is put in a list to watch out for other airlines as well. So this could result in Mr. Katyar being banned from Indigo and other flights as well. He could be banned from being flown around India for certain amount of time as well. Looking at the seriousness of the crime, we'll have to wait for the statement from the police as well. So it's going to be a detailed investigation, and which is why the Indigo has formed a formal committee that will be looking into all the details, and then there'll be a final decision. But it is highly likely that Indigo will very strongly push for Mr. Sahil Katyar to be included in no-flyers list, at least for Indigo. Nikita.
Please, let's not turn up. You are lying. नहीं चलाना मत चला बोलिए Please, let's not turn up. You are lying. नहीं चलाना मत चला बोलिए
We see this particular video that a person in the yellow hoodie, now we know as Sahil Katyar, he walks up from his seat and all of a sudden goes and jumps on the first officer. And what he says is, if you want to fly the aircraft, do or open the gate. Now, what we're learning from our sources is that these passengers were waiting for over 13 hours and 3 hours inside the aircraft, which triggered this kind of aggressive behavior from the part of Mr. Sahil Katyar. The serious cognizance has been taken and Indigo has formed a committee. The IGI police station has taken the matter into their hand. A notice will be issued to Mr. Katyar and it's highly likely that he will be put on the no-flyers list. Back to studios.
All right, Madhurima, thank you so much for sharing these details. The latest development that has happened in the Indigo punching case, where this unruly flyer, he went ahead and punched the captain of this Indigo flight, which was bound to go up from Delhi because the flight was getting delayed continuously. And as the new crew that had taken over and the first officer had just gone to announce that there will be further delay, this passenger lost his cool, maybe out of frustration, got up and went ahead and punched him. Let's move on to our other stories at this hour, viewers. An accident has been reported in Yamuna Expressway after two buses collided due to poor visibility. At least 40 have been injured. The second day of Congress MP Rahul Gandhi's Bharat Jodo Nyaya Yatra resumed from Imphal. The yatra will be halted at Nagaland in the night. President Draupadi Murmu will embark on a 3-day visit to Meghalaya and Assam starting today. President Murmu will inaugurate several events and also lay foundation stone for projects. This will be her first visit to Meghalaya since becoming the president. On the occasion of the Army Day, a wreath-laying ceremony was held at the EME War Memorial at Secunderabad in Telangana. The soldiers paid tribute to the armed forces. Amid the dense fog situation and low visibility across the national capital, the parade rehearsals for the 75th Republic Day celebrations is underway at Kartavya Path in New Delhi. Alright viewers, now on the occasion of the 76th Army Day, a wreath-laying ceremony was held at the EME War Memorial in Secunderabad. The army officials paid their tributes and respect to the soldiers who laid down their lives in the line of service, serving the nation and making the supreme sacrifice. Take a look at this report.
The 76th Army Day was commemorated with a wreath-laying ceremony at the Electrical and Mechanical Engineering War Memorial in Secunderabad's Bolaram area. Army officials paid tributes to soldiers who laid down their lives at the border while serving the nation. General Manoj Pandey, Chief of Army Staff, conveyed their respects on the occasion. During his address to the troops, General Manoj Pandey honored and paid homage to the soldiers. He conveyed his warm wishes to all ranks of the Indian Army, civilian employees, veterans and their families, adding that their supreme sacrifice shall always inspire us. The event underscored the significance of Army Day, emphasizing the remembrance and respect for those who have contributed to the country's defense. Bureau Report, Republic TV.
Alright viewers, do stay with us as we'll be back after a very short break with BJP hints at political earthquake in Mahavikas Aghadi, claims more defections in the coming next 15 days.
पता है ये लंबी सी मेट्रो लाइन क्यों बनी? सिर्फ इसलिए कि पापा जल्दी घर पर आए और ये दोनों उनकी गोदी में छलांग मार पाए। वो काम ही कैसा काम जिसकी खोज किसी को अपनों से दूर ले जाए। सिर्फ इसलिए रंजीत के शहर में भी एक ऑफिस बना है। कहीं एक नई रोड ने साइंस को शहर से गांव तक पहुंचाया ताकि पूर्णी चांद तक पहुंचने का सपना देख पाए और हमारे जवानों के कदम कभी ना रुके। सिर्फ इसीलिए कहीं एक मजबूत पुल बना है। देश के नंबर 1 सीमेंट अल्ट्राटेक में हम मानते हैं कि इंडिया बनता रहेगा तो आगे बढ़ता रहेगा। अल्ट्राटेक सीमेंट बनेगा तो बढ़ेगा इंडिया।
पुलाची जाना था। अगली बस कब है?
गुरुजी,
सालों के बाद देख रहा हूँ तुमको।
आप पोलाची जा रहे हो ना? चलिए आपको ट्रक से छोड़ देंगे।
अब ट्रक में सफर करना मुश्किल है।
हमारा नया टाटा सिग्ना घर जैसा आरामदायक है।
टाटा मोटर्स ने बड़ी लगन और समझ से बनाया है एक नया सिग्ना कैबिन जो आपके सेफ्टी, स्टोरेज और कंफर्ट की जरूरतों को पूरा करे। अब ड्राइवर प्रोडक्टिविटी होगी और भी ज्यादा। टाटा ट्रक्स, देश के ट्रक्स।
मोदी सरकार की गारंटी, कोई नहीं रहेगा भूखा। हर महीने 80 करोड़ लोगों को मिल रहा है मुफ्त राशन। हमारा संकल्प विकसित भारत।
Yes, Papa.
Life doesn't stop for anyone. Even we won't let you stop. At every stage of your life, with LIC, you are always insured. LIC, हर पल आपके साथ.
Three workers lost their lives after being splashed with boiling molten metal scrap in an industrial accident reported in Kutch district's Budhamor village. District-wide cordon search operation launched in Kishtwar ahead of the Republic Day celebrations. Around 100 houses were searched by the joint forces after a specific input of terror incident. Jammu Kashmir Police, Special Operations Group and CRPF are also a part of the CASO. Six marching contingents from the Army's different regiments, a military band comprising of 5 regimental brass bands and 3 pipe bands participated in the Army Day parade celebrations that took place in Lucknow today. Paramotorists of the 50 Para Independent Brigade performed at the Army Day. Madhya Pradesh Chief Minister Dr. Mohan Yadav joins for the inspection, preparation and packing of the 5 lakh laddus which need to be sent to Ayodhya.
पानी की वजह से आप लोग कैसी कैसी बीमारियों का शिकार होते हैं। आपके बच्चों पर संकट रहा है। इस पर जितना ध्यान देना चाहिए उतना नहीं दिया गया। बिजली नहीं होने से कभी सांप, कभी बिच्छू, कभी जंगली जानवर का खतरा, गैस कनेक्शन ना होने से रसोई में लकड़ी के धुएं से होने वाला नुकसान, गांव तक सड़क न होने से कहीं पर भी आना जाना बहुत बड़ा सिरदर्द होता था। इस संकट, इस परेशानी से ही तो मुझे अपने इन गरीब जनजातीय भाई बहनों को बाहर निकालना है। अब ऐसी मुसीबतों में आपके माँ बाप को रहना पड़ा, आपके पूर्वजों को रहना पड़ा। मैं आपको ऐसी मुसीबत में रहने नहीं दूंगा। आपके आने वाले पीढ़ी के लिए भी ऐसी मुसीबत में जीना पड़े, ये स्थिति हमें मंजूर नहीं है। और आप जानते हैं इस अभियान का नाम जनमन क्यों रखा गया है? जन मतलब आप सभी जनता जनार्दन, जो मेरे लिए ईश्वर का रूप है, आप सभी जनजातीय भाई बहन, और मन यानी आपके मन की बात। अब मन मारकर नहीं रहना है, अब आपके मन की बात पूरी होगी। और इसके लिए सरकार ने भी मन बना लिया है, ठान लिया है। इसलिए सरकार PM-JANMAN महाअभियान पर 23,000 करोड़ रुपए से ज्यादा खर्च करने जा रही है। हमारे देश का विकास तभी हो सकता है जब समाज में कोई छूटे नहीं, हर किसी तक।
Amity has been ranked India's #1 private university for the 11th year by India Today, a testimony to Amity's world-class education whilst imbibing values and sanskars in students.
मिलके हम पंजाब को रंगला पंजाब बनाएंगे और बिजली के मामले में पंजाब को सरप्लस बनाएंगे।
24 घंटे बिजली रहिंदी है जी, कोई दिक्कत नहीं बिजली दी, सानू कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं आउंदी जी। जो भी मतलब लोग सरकार नू टैक्स जमा कराउंदे आ, वो टैक्स ही ये लग रहा जी, ते सानू संतुष्टि है सरकार तो जी। पंजाब सरकार दा, भगवंत मान जी दा बहुत बहुत धन्नवाद करते हैं जी।
बिजली दे बिल तो जमा ही मैनू 1.5 साल हो गया, जमा जीरो आ रहा मेरा। ते जिहड़े वो लैपटॉप ते अगे पढ़ाइयां नहीं हुंदियां सी बच्चों दियां, जानी दी हुण तां जमा ही भोरा भी नहीं कट के लगदा। बिजली का बहुत सोहना सूबा सरकार ने बहुत सोहना काम कीते है।
कि गवर्नमेंट तो बनाती लोगों ने, हुण अपनी नैक्सट जनरेशन किवें बनू, अगली पीढ़ी जिहड़ी है उन्होंने आपां किवें उच्चा लैके जा सकते हैं, गरीबां दा जिउण दा स्तर जिहड़ा जीवन उच्चा पद्धर दा किवें चक सकते हैं। ये साडियां प्रायोरिटीज़ ने। मेरे ते यकीन तुसीं कीता तां यकीन रखियो, मैं तुहाडा यकीन कदे टुटण नहीं दूंगा।
जब पेरेंटल कंट्रोल के बिना हो हैकर्स के पास अथॉरिटी, फिर किस बात की साइबर सिक्योरिटी। क्विक हील, आज के लाइफ की प्रायोरिटी साइबर सिक्योरिटी।
कोल का स्टाइलिश पंखा सिर्फ हवा ही नहीं देता, आपके आलीशान घर के कोने कोने में ठंडी हवा के झोंके पहुंचाता है।
कूल फैंस के स्टाइलिश डिजाइन से घर को सुंदर बनाएं। 5 स्टार BLDC कूल फैन से बिजली भी बचाएं।
समय आ गया है घर के पंखे बदलने का और कूल फैंस घर लाने का।
Live and breaking up, Shivangi Shukla getting you the latest this Monday afternoon. And what we see right now, viewers, are multiple political updates coming in. A lot of movement in terms of what we can expect before the Lok Sabha elections, which are not too far away. We'll get you all the details of that. But first, the headlines we're tracking right now. Big snub to Congress ahead of Lok Sabha polls. BSP says no alliance with Congress.
प्रतिष्ठा वहाँ भगवान क्या हमें वहाँ बैठे हुए हैं। इसके पहले भी सभी लोग दर्शन वहाँ लगातार कर रहे हैं। हम सब लोग जाएंगे, रामलला का दर्शन करेंगे।
Congress's hypocrisy exposed. Top brass boycott, but UP Congress visits Ram Temple. BJP hints political earthquake in MVA, claims more defections in next 15 days. Annamalai releases former DMK MP's audio tape, alleges manipulation under UPA regime. India celebrates a 76th Army Day Parade. Grand spectacle in Lucknow. let's go to our top story we're tracking right now. This is a very big update coming in where Mayawati, the BSP chief, has made a very big announcement saying that the BSP is going to go solo and it does not want to alliance with the Congress. That is right. Big update coming on to Public TV viewers. Mayawati has made this announcement on her birthday after weeks of speculation over the party wanting to be a part of the opposition's indie bloc. Now, let's go ahead, viewers, and play out exactly what Mayawati has to say, where she has made it very clear the BSP will not enter in any alliance for the Lok Sabha elections.
हमारी पार्टी लोकसभा के आम चुनाव अकेले ही लड़ेगी तथा देश की जातिवादी, पूंजीवादी, संकीर्ण व सांप्रदायिक सोच रखने वाली सभी विरोधी पार्टियों से अपनी दूरी बना के रखेगी। अर्थात हमारी पार्टी यहाँ किसी भी गठबंधन व पार्टी के साथ मिलकर ये चुनाव नहीं लड़ेगी। हमारी पार्टी लोकसभा के आम चुनाव अकेले ही लड़ेगी तथा देश की जातिवादी, पूंजीवादी, संकीर्ण व सांप्रदायिक सोच रखने वाली सभी विरोधी पार्टियों से अपनी दूरी बना के रखेगी। अर्थात हमारी पार्टी यहाँ किसी भी गठबंधन व पार्टी के साथ मिलकर ये चुनाव नहीं लड़ेगी।
And viewers, as we heard that big announcement coming in from Mayawati, the Congress is on the back foot. Let's have a listen in to what Pramod Tiwari has to say about this latest development coming in.
चुनाव के पहले गठबंधन में शामिल होने से इनकार किया है। उन्होंने कहा है कि चुनाव के बाद पोस्ट पोल अलायंस हम करेंगे। ये उनके अपने विचार हैं, स्वागत करता हूं मैं। परंतु आज की राजनीतिक तकाजा यही है कि भारतीय जनता पार्टी, जिसको सिर्फ 37.8% वोट मिला था 2019 के चुनाव में, उसके खिलाफ ये 62.2% वोट एकजुट हो जाता तो भाजपा को हम 100 सीटों पर समेट देते। जरूरत थी सब मिलकर चुनाव लड़ते। कोई बात नहीं, ये उनके अपने विचार हैं। गठबंधन के बाद जब वो आएंगी चुनाव में, जब हम सरकार गठित कर रहे होंगे, गठबंधन में उनका स्वागत होगा। तब की परिस्थितियां जैसी होंगी वैसा कदम उठाया जाएगा। लेकिन उचित तो यही होता कि इस समय 68.2% वोट को इंटैक्ट रखा जाता, एक मुश्त रखा जाता। फिर भी अगर 4, 5, 6, 7% तक भी चले गए तो 55% वोट इंडिया गठबंधन का है और हम 2/3 बहुमत से सरकार बनाएंगे।
All right, let's go straight to my colleague who's joining us right now. I'm coming to you, where we are trying to understand what really is happening at this point of time. And as we keep getting our viewers more updates, let's tell our viewers, Harsha, that why this is very important. Because we see that Mayawati is saying that she will fight the upcoming Lok Sabha elections alone. And she has also claimed that her experience with alliances has never been beneficial ever before. Does that mean that she doesn't have really any kind of faith in joining the India alliance when it comes to the Lok Sabha elections?
So Shivangi, we have to go back and understand exactly what transpired into Mayawati's decision. Earlier, Mayawati was open to the alliance, coming and joining the Indie bloc. She several times was slow and didn't respond and didn't attack Congress that well. So there were also speculation that she would join INDIA bloc. But this time, Mayawati has put a halt to all these speculations by stating that BSP will be going solo in Uttar Pradesh. Let me tell you, there are 80 Lok Sabha seats in UP, and right now we know in 2019 BSP backed 10 seats while Samajwadi Party backed 5 seats when both the parties, Samajwadi Party and BSP, were together in alliance in 2019. But this time Mayawati has clear-cut stated that she is not going to be with opposition or with any other party. In fact, she is not retiring also, although her successor is Akash Anand right now, but she will be working to strengthen the party in Uttar Pradesh and also also motivating and focusing on how ground cadre could again be revived as it was before 2009. But we know that the vote bank of Mayawati has came to a decline from 2009 to till now. In 2009, BSP had 21 seats. In 2014, BSP had 0 seats with a vote share percent of 4.2%. If we talk about 2019, Mayawati bagged 10 seats. But in 2024, everyone is talking about how many seats can Mayawati bag, because this time the intact vote bank which BSP has is of 20.5%, the Dalit vote bank. But since 2019, the Dalit vote bank has heavily shifted in the pockets of Bharatiya Janata Party because of the several schemes schemes targeting to the Dalit community and OBCs and the scheduled caste community. But this time, will Mayawati bag or revive those vote carters and the vote bank which she lost heavily in 2014 and after 2009? So this is going to be very interesting, because Mayawati was also upset earlier because in Madhya Pradesh there were 7 MLAs of BSP after 2018 elections. In Rajasthan, there were 6 MLAs of BSP. In Uttarakhand, there were 3 MLAs of BSP. While all these MLAs were swayed away by Congress party, they joined hands with Congress. And Mayawati was also very upset because she supported Congress unconditionally in all those assembly elections. But the BSP MLAs joined hands with Congress, and also Congress didn't try or make an effort to make an alliance work between BSP and Congress party. And that is the reason why Mayawati was very upset, and that is the reason why today a very stringent step and the decision was taken by Mayawati amid all the speculations that she won't be joining INDIA bloc and she will be contesting solo in Lok Sabha elections. So there are several reasons behind this going solo of Mayawati in Lok Sabha elections in the state of Uttar Pradesh. Now it all will be focused at what the scheduled caste vote bank, the 22% vote share, which party will bag how much of it, because BJP is also eyeing, Congress is also eyeing, Samajwadi Party does the politics of the OBCs and Muslim vote bank. So which side will the scheduled caste vote bank shift? This is going to be very interesting in the Lok Sabha elections. Back to you.
Well, Harsha, she has also mentioned one more important point when she spoke a short while back. She says an alliance can be considered after the elections. If possible, the BSP can extend its support after the elections. Our party will fight the elections all alone. So when she is saying that she might consider an alliance after the elections, what does this really mean? Does she mean that after the elections, she's going to ally with any of the parties? She's not even mentioned the kind of party that she would like to ally with. She's not even mentioned India Alliance in particular in this case, has she?
So right now, Mayawati has not revealed her cards exactly what is going to happen after election. All is going to be decided. How much vote share and how many seats does Mayawati's Bahujan Samajwadi Party bag in 2024 Lok Sabha election? It will all depend on this. But also, Congress and the other parties will have to see and ensure that they don't tarnish Mayawati's intact vote bank, which is both Jatav and non-Jatav. This is going to be precisely the focus point of Mayawati, and only if these two parties, Samajwadi Party and Congress, unconditionally, if they won't tarnish the vote bank of Mayawati, then only after election a smooth alliance between INDIA bloc and Mayawati could happen. But before that, Mayawati is not revealing her cards, because all she's eyeing on the Lok Sabha elections, the Lok Sabha poll and the 80 Lok Sabha constituency. And we have to also see that whether Mayawati's party BSP will be contesting on all the 80 Lok Sabha seats, or whether she'll be contesting on less number of seats. Because in 2019, let me tell you that with Samajwadi Party in alliance, Mayawati only contested on 38 seats and she won only 10 seats. So this is going to be very interesting, that after election, will she support unconditionally to the alliance, or will she formally join the Indy bloc and support the opposition bloc? And if the situation is something different, if they are in a position to make government, but this will only be seen after the election. election as what is going to be with the opposition, because right now opposition is facing lot of trouble in the seat sharing arrangement. They are facing trouble in all these states, West Bengal, Kerala, Uttar Pradesh, Punjab, Haryana, Delhi. Everywhere the regional parties and the Congress are facing trouble in the seat sharing arrangement. So this election is going to be very interesting, and whether Mayawati will unconditionally support INDIA bloc or not, this will all get to know after the election, and the number of seats which Bahujan Samajwadi Party could bag, and whether she also backs her vote share percentage which she got in 2009. Back to you.
Well, thank you, Harsha, for getting those details for us. And like Harsha is telling us, it looks like that Mayawati is not revealing all her cards yet. She says she will go at it alone at the Lok Sabha elections, fight alone, but she might ally with some other party after the elections are over, but she has not said which party that would be if it happens. Let's move ahead, viewers, to the other story we are tracking right now. And this is coming in as, of course, we have been tracking all the developments when it comes to the Ayodhya Ram Mandir inauguration. It looks like there seems to be a little bit more division when it comes to what is happening in the Congress when it comes to the Ram Mandir inauguration and the Ram Mandir invites. Now, what we see, viewers, is that ahead of the Ram Mandir consecration, hundreds, I repeat, hundreds of Congress workers from Uttar Pradesh, including party state unit chief Ajay Rai and state in charge Avinash Pandey, will visit Ayodhya today. Notably, the Congress president and Mallikarjun Kharge, former president Sonia Gandhi, Lok Sabha leader Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary have been invited to the consecration ceremony at the Ram Temple in Ayodhya to be held on Jan 22nd. But they have declined that invitation. So within the Congress, we are seeing a big hypocrisy on the Ram Mandir, where within the Congress, the UP Congress chief is going to Ayodhya, and not just that, hundreds of Congress workers are also going to Ayodhya. Let's go ahead, viewers, and play out the reaction of Ajay Rai, Congress's state unit chief.
देखिए, ऐसा है कि 22 तारीख का जो कार्यक्रम है उसमें पहले ही हमारे चारों शंकराचार्य ने जाने से इनकार कर दिया है। क्यों? क्योंकि वो मोदी जी अपना व्यक्तिगत कार्यक्रम बना रहे हैं और प्राण प्रतिष्ठा भगवान तो ऑलरेडी वहाँ बैठे हुए हैं। भगवान तो वहाँ प्रतिष्ठित है ही है रामलला। वहाँ पूजा किसकी होती है? रामलला की पूजा होती है। वो मोदी जी अपना इवेंट कर रहे हैं, प्राण प्रतिष्ठा, वहाँ भगवान क्या हमें वहाँ बैठे हुए हैं। इसके पहले भी सभी लोग दर्शन वहाँ लगातार कर रहे हैं। हम सब लोग जाएंगे, रामलला का दर्शन करेंगे। 22 का जो कार्यक्रम है वो पूरी तरीके से वो मोदी अपनी तरीके से कर रहे हैं। जब उसमें चारों शंकराचार्य जाने से मना कर दिए तो मैं समझता हूँ कि हम सब लोग आज 15 तारीख को जा रहे हैं, वहाँ दर्शन करेंगे और जय जय सिया राम होगा।
And let's go straight to my colleague, Madhurima, who's joining us live right now on this big story. Madhurima, you know what we have been seeing for the past few weeks is a big war of words over the Ram Mandir inauguration, which is essentially India Alliance, which is coming out with different statements about Ram Mandir, that it's just a political and a poll blank. But within the Congress itself, it looks like there's a division. Big hypocrisy coming out, Madhurima. If you could take our viewers through what exactly has been happening here.
Well, Shivangi, a couple of days back, we saw that the top rung of the Congress party rejected the invitation to the consecration ceremony that is scheduled to be held on January 22nd. We saw that that statement categorically mentioned that it appears to be a BJP RSS event and they would not want to, participate in the same event. But now, after that particular statement sparked a massive row, and the Congress was once again dubbed as anti-Sanatan and anti-Hindu, the BJP took upon the opportunity and said that the Congress party should not play petty politics over the entire matter and should have, gracefully accepted the invitation. Even the VHP International Working President came out and said that at the time when Mr. Kharge, Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary and Mrs. Gandhi were invited, they had said they had accepted the invitation and they had also said, Shivangi, that if Mrs. Gandhi or the senior leaders are not able to participate, they are going to send a strong delegation for the consecration ceremony. So now the question arises, what happened in the 2-week span? All of a sudden they rejected the invitation and then we saw them calling it a
Madhurima, I will come back to you in just a moment. Madhurima, I'll come back to in just a moment because I'm being joined, Madhurima, right now by Sharad Trivedi, UP BJP spokesperson, who's joining us on the phone line. Thank you for joining us, Mr. Sharad Trivedi on Republic TV. And of course, the first question to you is, what is really happening in the Congress? Why is the state unit chief of the Congress going to Ayodhya when the top brass has clearly declined the invitation? What kind of hypocrisy are we seeing, Mr. Trivedi?
You see that 2 months back they were saying that we are not being invited. When they were invited, they started finding excuses how not to attend. First, they said that the consecration ceremony is happening. Why is it happening so soon? Then they said that the Shankaracharyas are not coming. That is the reason why we are not going to attend. Then they said that they are not going to attend because the ceremony is being done before the completion of the temple. When we said that there is no document in the Hindi or the Hindu religion which says that the consecration ceremony can happen only after a issue of completion certificate by the concerned municipal corporation, then they have finally lost all hopes. They are already out of this. They have declared that they are not going to attend, and Rahul ji is already on his own trip. So it's a confused party. They don't know what to do. They don't have a stand, and even the Indie alliance itself is an utter confusion. That process, they want to play it both ways. So now they are going to send a delegation from the UP BJP to UP Congress to attend this ceremony and vote on a national level. So now when they were saying that the ceremony is happening so soon, why are they attending it 7 days before the actual ceremony which is going to take place? So this shows the dilemma of Congress. They want to play it both ways. They are only trying to save their secular vote bank. That's about the limit of Congress alliance and the future of Congress.
All right. Sharad Trivedi, UP BJP spokesperson, thank you for joining us here on Republic TV as we keep tracking the top updates coming in. And let's go ahead, viewers, to the other developments that we are witnessing ahead of the Ram Mandir inauguration. Now, the preparations for the Pran Pratishtha ceremony are in full swing. The sacred event is said to be illuminated by a glow of 14 lakh earth lamps, creating a mesmerizing spectacle. So 14 lakh earth lamps will be lit. This is a full report on what we can expect on that front.
मैं यहाँ पर जहाँ हमारा कैमरा जा सकता है हर तरफ आप देखेंगे कि इसी तरीके की तस्वीरें आ रही हैं। यहाँ पर देखिए, आप यहाँ पर आई हैं और ये मैं दिखाना चाहूँ, जो ये मूर्ति है विष्णु भगवान और माता लक्ष्मी की मूर्ति है जी। कहाँ से आई है?
हम घर मेरा यही है अयोध्या, मगर शादी हमारी हो गई है पटना बिहार में।
अच्छा, तो कैसा लग रहा है यहाँ?
तो सब बोल रहे थे कि बहुत भीड़ होगा, मत जाओ। हम बोले नहीं, हम तो जाएंगे भाई, मन नहीं मानेगा यहाँ हमारा।
कुछ कहना चाहेंगी?
कहना चाहेंगे माध्यम से के भजन के माध्यम से। थोड़ा भूल रहे हैं ना।
कोई बात नहीं, आप याद कर लीजिए।
आज हम कल भी हम परसों भी हम आए थे, जब आए शनिवार को, तो आज हम बस प्रभु को नहलाने के
तो कुछ सुनाना चाहती हैं?
हाँ, सुनाना चाह रहे हैं कि श्री राम की गली में तुम जाना, वहाँ नाचते मिलेंगे हनुमाना। श्री राम की गली में तुम जाना, वहाँ नाचते मिलेंगे हनुमाना। उनसे कहना राम राम, वो कहेंगे राम राम।
उनसे कहना राम राम, ओ कहेंगे राम राम।
अरे कुछ भी सुनते नहीं, बस सुनेंगे राम राम।
कुछ भी सुनते नहीं, ओ कहेंगे राम राम।
राम श्री राम का ओ हो गया दीवाना, श्री राम का ओ हो गया दीवाना।
क्या आपका नाचने का भी मन कर?
वहाँ नाचते मिलेंगे हनुमान।
Viewers, much Much more coming up on the other side as we keep getting you more updates. BJP hints political earthquake in MVA, claims more defections likely the next 15 days. Stay tuned to India's #1 news channel, Republic TV.
पता है ये लंबी सी मेट्रो लाइन क्यों बनी? सिर्फ इसलिए कि पापा जल्दी घर पर आए और ये दोनों उनकी गोदी में छलांग मार पाए। वो काम ही कैसा काम जिसकी खोज किसी को अपनों से दूर ले जाए। सिर्फ इसलिए रंजीत के शहर में भी एक ऑफिस बना है। कहीं एक नई रोड ने साइंस को शहर से गांव तक पहुंचाया ताकि पूर्णी चांद तक पहुंचने का सपना देख पाए। और हमारे जवानों के कदम कभी न रुके सिर्फ इसीलिए कहीं एक मजबूत पुल बना है। देश के #1 सीमेंट अल्ट्राटेक में हम मानते हैं कि इंडिया बनता रहेगा तो आगे बढ़ता रहेगा। अल्ट्राटेक सीमेंट बनेगा तो बढ़ेगा इंडिया। इस दुनिया में बस हम दो हैं, दुनिया जिनकी दीवानी है। आ रहे हैं हम दोनों।
मोदी सरकार की गारंटी, सबका अपने पक्के घर का सपना होगा पूरा। 4 करोड़ पक्के घरों का निर्माण, हमारा संकल्प विकसित भारत।
सर मेंबरशिप होगा,
पर मैंने तो यूज भी नहीं की।
फिर तो वेस्ट हो गई।
कैरी फॉरवर्ड कर दो।
ऐसा कहाँ होता है?
मेरी नीवा भोपाल हेल्थ इंश्योरेंस पॉलिसी में। मतलब it lets me carry forward my unutilized base coverage to the next year.
कि मुझे भी चाहिए।
जिंदगी को क्लेम कर ले।
बनाऊंगा मैं तो बनेगा भारत। बादलों पे चल के हवाओं से मिलके मैं बनाऊंगा। उम्मीदों के पंख कंधों पे लगा के मैं बनाऊंगा। बनाऊंगा मैं तो बनेगा भारत।
बनाऊंगी मैं तो बनेगा।
स्किल, स्टील और दिल से बन रहा है भारत। AMNS इंडिया, स्मार्टर स्टील्स, ब्राइटर फ्यूचर्स।
Viewers, we're live and breaking, and as we come down to the Mandir inauguration, we are getting you all details and all reports from all over the country because this is a very important event which will take place in less than a week. Now, let's take a look at this report where you can see a college student, a first-year college student from Uri singing Ram Bhajans in Pahari language. And of course, we are bringing you these stories from all across India as we come down to the Ram Mandir inauguration. Take a look.
हमारे पीएम मोदी जी ने 11 दिनों का व्रत रखा है। प्राइम मिनिस्टर ने ये संकल्प राम मंदिर प्राण प्रतिष्ठा की नेक आमद में रखा है। आज पूरा मुल्क राम गीत गुनगुना रहा है और इसमें हमारा जम्मू और कश्मीर भी पीछे नहीं है। चलिए मैं आप लोगों के साथ जुड़ जाती हूँ उड़ी कश्मीर से। मड़ी चौखट टुरका आज 4 धाम आए दिन, मड़े राम आए दिन, अम्मा सीता नाल आए दिन, लक्ष्मण होर भक्त हनुमान आए दिन, बजाओ टोल स्वागत बीच मड़े कार राम आए दिन। वस्सलाम।
Viewers, much more coming up on the other side as we continue getting you top updates. BJP hints political earthquake in NDA. claims more defections likely in the next 15 days. Stay tuned to India's #1 news channel, Republic TV.
Eat it on time. And please, ride the bike slowly.
Okay.
And this is for your safety.
Arey, I almost forgot.
LIC.
This is for our safety. दिल की सुनो.
LIC चुनो.
LIC हर पल आपके साथ. MG Aster, it's built around you.
Welcome, Hank.
Hello, Aster. It's your connected world. Your playground. Hello, Aster. Open sunroof.
Opening sunroof.
Introducing MG Aster 2024. Now starts at 9.98 lakhs.
भाई इतनी बड़ी हिट्स आप लोगों ने मुझे दी हैं। टाइल्स बड़े होने चाहिए। सुमानी मैक्स टाइल्स, टाइलों का सबसे बड़ा भाई। सुमानी मैक्स टाइल्स, जमीन से जुड़े।
मिलके हम पंजाब को रंगला पंजाब बनाएंगे और बिजली के मामले में पंजाब को सरप्लस बनाएंगे।
24 घंटे बिजली रहिंदी है जी, कोई दिक्कत नहीं बिजली दी, सानू कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं आउंदी जी। जो भी मतलब लोग सरकार नूं टैक्स जमा कराउंदे आ, वो टैक्स ही ये लग रहा जी, ते सानू संतुष्टि है सरकार तो जी। पंजाब सरकार दा, भगवंत मान जी दा बहुत बहुत धन्नवाद करते हैं जी। बिजली दे बिल तां जमा ही मैनू 1.5 साल हो गया, जमा जीरो आ रहा मेरा। ਤੇ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਉਹ ਲੈਪਟਾਪ ਤੇ ਅੱਗੇ ਪੜ੍ਹਾਈਆਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੁੰਦੀਆਂ ਸੀ ਬੱਚਿਆਂ ਦੀਆਂ, ਜਾਨੀ ਦੀ ਹੁਣ ਤਾਂ ਜਮਾਂ ਹੀ ਭੋਰਾ ਵੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਕੱਟ ਕੇ ਤੇ ਲੱਗਦਾ। ਬਿਜਲੀ ਦਾ ਬਹੁਤ ਸੋਹਣਾ ਸੂਬਾ ਸਰਕਾਰ ਨੇ ਬਹੁਤ ਸੋਹਣਾ ਕੰਮ ਕੀਤੇ ਆ।
ਕਿ ਗਵਰਨਮੈਂਟ ਤਾਂ ਬਣਾਤੀ ਲੋਕਾਂ ਨੇ, ਹੁਣ ਆਪਣੀ ਨੈਕਸਟ ਜਨਰੇਸ਼ਨ ਕਿਵੇਂ ਬਣੂ, ਅਗਲੀ ਪੀੜ੍ਹੀ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਹੈ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਆਪਾਂ ਕਿਵੇਂ ਉੱਚਾ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਜਾ ਸਕਦੇ ਹਾਂ, ਗਰੀਬਾਂ ਦਾ ਜਿਉਣ ਦਾ ਸਤਰ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਜੀਵਨ ਉੱਚਾ ਪੱਧਰ ਦਾ ਕਿਵੇਂ ਚੱਕ ਸਕਦੇ ਹਾਂ, ਇਹ ਸਾਡੀਆਂ ਪ੍ਰਾਇਓਰਟੀਜ਼ ਨੇ। ਮੇਰੇ ਤੇ ਯਕੀਨ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕੀਤਾ ਤਾਂ ਯਕੀਨ ਰੱਖਿਓ, ਮੈਂ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਯਕੀਨ ਕਦੇ ਟੁੱਟਣ ਨਹੀਂ ਦਊਂਗਾ।
This is Republic Diva Bupa Studio, your one stop for all the breaking news updates, and I am Nikita Sahai.
I'm right now reporting from Kartavya Path, and over here you can see that the situation of fog still remains, and you can see that the Rashtrapati Bhavan, the South Block and the North Block remain invisible at the moment, and this only highlights about the situation of fog. And while I speak, you can also see that how several officials of Indian Army who are preparing for the Republic Day are just taking a walk, because it is over here that the preparation of the 74th Republic Day is being undertaken. But the situation over here on the ground is, and you can see the visual of a very bleak view of India Gate, where the fog has made sure that you will get a very bleak view of the India Gate also. So this is the situation of Indian fog over here in the national capital, where commuters and also several passengers who continue to travel by Indian Railways and airways continue to be affected. In fact, what we have been told is that there are 15 trains which have been delayed because of this fog. Not only the trains, but we have also been told that how flight schedules are being delayed, and because of which the commuters have to wait for a very long time. The waiting time for the commuters it continues to be quite long. And while I speak, I would again just show the visual that while we are speaking over here at Kartavya Path, you are also seeing that how officers and jawans of Indian Army who are preparing for the Indian Army, who are preparing for the upcoming Republic Day, is just taking a walk. And despite the fog and chilly weather conditions, the preparation for the upcoming Republic Day is being undertaken by the officers and jawans of the Indian Army.
Hello and welcome, viewers. As I said, in this new year, I will try to do more conversations that are meaningful, topical. As part of our series, The Nation Wants to Know, we'll try and go deep into issues, speak to newsmakers, personalities, to go beyond what we can bring you on a daily basis in the course of the day's debate. The idea is to go into issues in depth. Recently, we had a conversation with Mr. Gurumurthy, which was very well received by many of you. It gave us a perspective of the politics that went behind the struggle to build the Ram Mandir. Today, I am deeply honored, and more honored today because we are recording this on Makar Sankranti Day. Deeply honored to be in the presence, though virtually, of Gurudev Sri Sri Ravi Shankar, who needs no introduction, founder of the Art of Living and India's foremost spiritual guru. Gurudev, namaskar. Thank you for joining me, and very, very happy Makar Sankranti to you, Bihu to you. It's a very auspicious day to be speaking to you, and I think that's also very fortuitous. So thank you for joining me.
Yes, Nob. Same to you. If you are happy, Bihu and Makar Sankranti, it's a great day.
Thank you, Gurudev.
There is celebration all over the country today.
Yes, Gurudev.
Right from Punjab to Tamil Nadu, you know, in different ways, in different fashions, we celebrate this day, and that is the beauty of India.
Yes, that's what it completely unites us all, and unites us also in the spirit of Sanatan Dharma. Gurudev, now today we are recording this on the 15th, and about a little over a week from now will be the Pran Pratishtha ceremony of the Ram Temple, of the Bhavya Ram Temple. I believe that it is very important for future generations that we provide a historical perspective of what has gone into the making of a temple. Because when we discuss only the politics of it, then the viewers don't get a complete picture. And these are historical records, therefore, for our younger generation also. Gurudev, I want to start with a different question. In a recent conversation, I think very, very recently, you said that in the summer of 2002, when Vishwa Hindu Parishad Chief Ashok Singhal came to visit you at the Grand Bangalore Ashram of Art of Living, you had an intuition that this dispute will not be solved for another 14 years. But you had also told him that you pray for it with all your commitment and all is possible. We are very keen to know what is that intuition you had, what was that meeting like, and what was Ashok Singhal's reaction, what was going in your mind. We're very keen to know what is that, what is, you know, the sense that you had of the way things would pan out.
As everyone knows, Ashok Singhal's one-pointed agenda was Ram Temple. And he was traveling far and wide the country. He has come to me several times. And once when there was a talk between with the Shankaracharya and the Muslim personal law board, it all failed. And so he was so disappointed, so he came to me right from Kanchipuram to Bangalore. At the time I told him, you know, I have the intuition, I have this feeling that I had the vision that there's a temple which is dilapidated. There is a Kali temple, Dev Kali temple. Dev Kali is the Kuldevi of Sri Ram. And that temple is completely in dismay, no proper arrangements are there. This is what I feel. Is there such a temple? I asked him. Then we found out, yes, there are two Kali Mandir. One is Choti Kali, another is Dev Kali Mandir, which is just outskirts of Ayodhya. Then he said, no, we have to revive this temple and, you know, reconsecrate that place. So we found a proper muhurt and we went there. Ashok Singhal was also present, and several people from Delhi. Mahesh Gupta ji was also there with me, and we had all the 4 Vedic Pandits go there and we reconsecrated the temple. There was a pond right in front of it which had become just a garbage dump, and that pond was clean and fresh water was brought in there. And Nitya Gopal Das ji, who was there, was leading the Ram Janambhoomi. He was also present. So with all the presence of all the saints and some imams also, everybody was present. We had a satsang that evening and we prayed that this thing should happen. Then again I had the premonition, this will happen only after 14 years. So Ashok Singhal ji was pressurizing me, was telling me, see, you know Vajpayee ji, you pressurize him. We don't mind even if the government goes, but Ram, he should bring a resolution and Ram temple must be built. There was no talk between Ashok ji and Vajpayee ji at that time. There was a lot of tension between them. So then I assured him, no, you keep going, it will happen. Then we had a satsang at Ashok ji's house also, the later in Lucknow that next day. And that's it.
So what was the
temple, after the temple, there is no, after that temple consecration, there has been no bloodshed, no violence, no, you know, any mishap in the whole of Ayodhya. If you go through the history, and what I'm saying is for everything gross, there is a subtle reason, subtle cause. And we need to look into the subtle. And that's the way, the job, work of all the gurus. They look into the subtle karan, a reason behind when something is not happening.
Which may not be known, which may not be identified, and which may be beyond the perspective of the politicians. But now, again, in a spiritual sense, if you can elaborate for all our believers who are watching the program, and I believe most of the audience of Republic are firm believers, can you explain the connection between the destroyed temple of Devakali, which you mentioned, which had to be resurrected, and you were deeply involved with the resurrection of that temple? Can you, for all believers, explain to us the link between the Devakali temple and the Ram Janmabhoomi temple? What is the spiritual connection between the two?
You know, it's what is called the Daivi Prakop. There is, you know, not the blessings of Ma Kali was necessary for anything to progress forward. Like, you know, any function, we start with Ganesh festival, right? Ganesh Puja. Without Ganesh Puja, no even Puja, no Yagyas happen. In the same way here, the Kul Devata of Sri Ram, Dev Kali Mandir, was not been attended. And so that had to be re-established. And that, you know, subtle energy, when there is positivity comes in the subtle field, the subtle energy, subtle blessings come from all these Devi Devtas, then our work becomes much easier. And that is needed. That's why you see, even before the, in Ramayana, Bhagwan Sri Ram does Shiva Pratishtha, Shivling Pratishtha in Rameshwaram. He does Shiv Puja before going to the war. right? So, and here, there is a lot of controversy, I know, about the temple being incomplete and Pran Pratishtha being happened. I want to remind them, Sri Ram did the Pran Pratishtha of Shivji, and there was no temple at the time. Temple was built after the Shivji was, consecrated there in Rameshwaram.
So let me take you straight into that. Gurudev, there is a politics that's going on behind this, the Ram Temple Pran Pratishtha ceremony. And obviously, some people are saying, why do you want to do it now? Why is it not completely constructed? Some other people are raising the issue that one or two of the Shankaracharyas are not coming. Every attempt is being made to cast a shadow over this very, very sacred event, over which there is a lot of joy among Hindus and even non-Hindus across the entire country. Can I have your views on these arguments that have been put forth, specifically, as you mentioned, that it's not completely constructed? Second, that the Shankaracharyas may not be coming. What is your view on it? Does this cast any real shadow over the very important ceremony?
The temples are built by agamas. There is agama shastras are there. There are 108 agamas that pertain to Vishnu temples, 28 agamas that pertain to Shiva temple. Like that, 64 agamas are there that talks about how the Devi temple should be constructed, what puja should be done. Now here, I would say there are many, many views. It's not one. There are many. That's why India has so many sampradayas, so many traditions, and that mosaic is the very beautiful thing to have. So different people have different opinions. That's okay. Shankaracharya's not coming. It's their wish. If they don't want to come and attend, it is absolutely left to them. But the date that has been chosen, I wouldn't say that is bad. It's a good date, what they have chosen. I see the next year is called Krodhi, means anger. So this year is called Shubhakrit, where good things are happening. So in this sense, the date, see, I know astrologically, if you see, there is not one date which is 100% correct. There will be flaws. But the present date which is chosen is not very bad, time is not bad. So that's okay, they can do it. If some Shankaracharyas are objecting to it, it is purely their opinion. But I can tell with authority, it is okay to do the way it is being done. It's okay, as long as the Garbhagriha is complete, we can do Pran Pratishtha. When the Shikhar is built, later on there will be another puja, that's called that Shikhar Kalashabhishek. वो बाद में होता है. तो इस पर बहुत बड़ा विवाद पैदा करने का कोई मतलब नहीं है इसमें.
सीधा सवाल आपसे कर रहा हूँ, अगर कोई शंकराचार्य नहीं आएंगे तो उस पर क्या ऐसा कोई पॉलिटिकल पार्टी कह सकता है कि अभी इसके कारण प्राण प्रतिष्ठा जो हमारी जो प्राण प्रतिष्ठा है उसको भी रोकी जाए?
ना, रुकने की कोई आवश्यकता नहीं. देखिए, तब लोग सेलिब्रेट करना चाहते हैं. People were wanting to celebrate this immediately after the judgment which had arrived. 500 years wait is a long time. Now already we have held back their spirit of celebration for almost 4 years right now. So it's high time that we unleash the spirit in people to come out and celebrate. And that's what they want to do. And see, it's the wisdom of our Prime Minister who said there should be no celebration when the judgment comes in favor of the temple. So it should not hurt the sentiment of other community. We were holding back this joy and spirit of celebration in the entire population. And so now you see everyone is joining. The Muslims are part of it, Christians are part of it, the whole country is coming together to celebrate. And I think it's the best time that has been chosen. and we cannot stop anymore. The temple construction will keep happening. It may take several more months to finish, or maybe years. But what is now available, what is ready, we should just go on. That's my
are
opinion.
the Muslims a part of this celebration? You know, we are just days away from the Pran Pratishtha of the Bhavya Ram Mandir. And I remember that in 2018, we were covering very closely what you were doing. And I must say today to all the viewers that it's not just the court verdict. It's also, viewers, we must understand there was a setting, there was a mood setting which happened, and the process of reconciliation happened before the court order, when Gurudev Sri Sri Ravi Shankar sat with all the representatives of both the sides. I remember he had sat and he even told, there were 12 trunks which were given full of documents to the Chief Justice of India at that point of time. Gurudev was part of the negotiation which went on with both sides. Gurudev, at that time you had said that India will turn into another Syria if this dispute is not resolved. I remember you also said that we can't make Lord Ram to be born in another place, while you were saying why the Hindus should be given the site. My direct question to you is, one, have Muslims actually accepted the reality? B, what is your sense of the Muslim community? Are they truly part of this celebration, or is there a feeling of angst inside them about the Ram temple today?
As far as I know, today there is very good feelings even among the Muslims. I don't see there is any such bickering. When I went and met about 1,200 imams and other religious leaders throughout the country during the mediation time, I tell you, except 2 or 3, everyone was willing to be part of this. Everyone was willing for a peaceful and happy settlement. Nobody wants to carry this on further anymore. Their only concern was, it should not become a precedence for 3,000 other mosques. So that was their concern and worry. And a second thing was that except just couple of lawyers and a few people, most of them were willing to come to the settlement. And many of them have written, given in writing that they are ready to be part of peaceful settlement.
But what is this?
In fact, Arnab, that nobody wanted 5 acres. Muslims never even asked for 5 acres of land. It is our suggestion to give them so that everyone feels good about it. To feel good factor is where the solution that came, and which Supreme Court also came up as a
Gurudev, do you think it's right to call the 22nd event a political event, which is the reason many political parties are saying we won't go there? The Congress says we are not going there because it is a political event. Do you think that interpretation is correct?
My request to all of them is, see, this Lord Ram belongs to everybody, belongs to the whole population of India and beyond. So keep your politics aside. Just come and participate in this program. And this is once in a lifetime program. People have waited for 500 years for this. They shouldn't miss it.
So Gurudev, I now want to take you back.
Politics apart.
You're saying something.
No, everything is not politics. You should see beyond the politics. Now, we say, okay, BJP is building the temple or RSS is building the temple. No, I am asking them, our Prime Minister Narendra Modi has built the new parliament. Will you refuse to go and sit in the parliament? though it's the Prime Minister, because he has built the parliament, you would not say, I mean, it's a very foolish argument. So this is the resource of the people of the country. And of course, our Prime Minister has taken such an initiative to revive all the temples, whether it's Kedarnath, whether Kashi, or will you say I will not go to Kashi because it was, the whole plan was made, corridor was made by a person of another party. I would say here you should see beyond your party politics and see this is the आस्था of people. लोगों की आस्था इसके साथ जुड़ी है और जो अपलिफ्टमेंट हुआ है हमारे कल्चर के लिए, सिविलाइजेशन के लिए, ऐसा कभी पहले हुआ ही नहीं. That's a great moment of pride for all Indians. ये गुलामी मानसिकता से हम बाहर आए, इसके लिए इतना बड़ा काम हुआ है. I think this is a symbol of bravery, symbol of coming out of slave mentality, symbol of coming out of complacency and ascertaining our cultural right, our civilizational glory. This should, everyone should be part of it.
Which, Gurudev, takes us to a deeper question. Many parties, political parties and political thinkers are uncomfortable with Ram Temple. They say that it is a symbol of Hindu triumphalism. It's a symbol of Hindu supremacism and Hindu revivalism. I personally have said that if Hinduism is being revived and if it is going through a revival, it is good for the entire world because the values of Hinduism will go across the entire world. But there is a sense of discomfort that many people have with the Ram Temple. They earlier had it also when the Kashi Temple was being rebuilt, and they will, I'm sure, have it more if Somnath Temple is going to be reconstructed. We are told that there's a whole program around Somnath also. There is a feeling that the government of the day, center, whatever, BJP, is putting too much focus on reviving Hindu civilizational heritage. And they say, I am against this view, but they say it comes at the cost of secularism. I think somewhere, Gurudev, leaders like you should put an end to this ongoing discussion that's going on. People are uncomfortable. No, too much Hinduism nowadays. We should be passive Hindus? We are becoming aggressive Hindus. What is your view of all this, Gurudev?
I know there are many such misconceptions. You know, I give the right for people to be in ignorance because they just don't want to see the truth. They don't want to see the light. You know, they are dwindling. Their numbers are minuscule today. They should go to the ground level and just look at what people want. People are today very proud of being who they are, what they are. That was not the case before. Someone who crosses the boundaries of India will even change their names. That's not happening today. You see, the revivalism, when something good is being revived, why to shy away from that? Be part of the revivalism. It's a flood that is happening today of upliftment of the whole nation, and you should just be part of that. See, when you say development doesn't only mean making roads and building houses, it also development of the civilization, the culture, the values that we uphold. And today the world is welcoming our values, these values. You know, if you closely watch the developed countries, the struggle they are going through today is appalling, you know. And we don't want those ills of the society come into our society as well. 1 in every 3 person is getting depressed. And they're all turning towards yoga, they are all turning towards chanting, which was a taboo before. 42 years back when I started Art of Living, yoga was a taboo. Not everybody wants to even think about it in the world. But today, I tell you, 1/4 of the population, maybe now 1/3 of the population, world's population, are practicing meditation, yoga, chanting, and all this. So people now should wake up to this reality and not just shy away from or feel so entrenched in the old colonial mindset.
I think so. I think people should be comfortable with who they are. And Hindus are becoming comfortable with who they are and their essence. And I think this is very important. I think actually, Gurudev, too much politics, symbolic politics has happened around Hindus. You know, you also put religion against religion, don't you think so? I mean, Rajiv Gandhi did Shahbano to appease the Muslims. Then he turned around, he tried to open the locks to appease the Hindus. Then he tried to start his campaign from Ayodhya, and you end up getting muddled up. You know, you end up moving from appeasing this side to appeasing that side. Don't you think so? I mean, we should move towards a different approach to politics rather than use religion. I think people who, again, my question, I want to ask you one more question. Gurudev, constantly we are told that religion is for the home. Don't be religious outside the home. What is the need to show your religion in the form of temples or collective prayer? We are also told, Gurudev, a lie which was told recently by a person who said, we must learn from Mahatma Gandhi, he never went to a temple. I said on my program, that's not true. Mahatma Gandhi went to temples. And the person said, in fact, I'll name the person, his name is Ram Guha, he's from Bangalore only, and he said that Mahatma Gandhi believed in sort of multi-faith worship. That we should all people from different faiths sit together and worship together. That's why we'll become a better Hindu. I want to know your thoughts to these very secular ideas. I mean, is this truly secularism or is this a confused approach?
So he should mix their name also. You know, it should not be one name, Hindu name. He should mix all that, you know, Akbar, Amar Akbar, Antoni, Naam rakh le sab apna. He can have bury half the body and burn half the body. What is this nonsense? You can't do this. You cannot do such things. You know, collectively you have to do every tradition is unique in itself, and we must respect that. Instead of trying to make a khichdi out of everything together, that's not, you know, it will not be acceptable to anybody. You know, someone who did like that, put the names, everybody, Ram and Rahim, everything in one name, what's happening to them all? So we must see, we should respect who we are, and we should respect others for what they are. And we should take part in their celebrations. Like, so hundreds of Muslims are taking part in this celebration. You know, there were Sufi Muslims who came and presented me Tulsi Ramayan. You know, during the mediation time, they brought Quran, also Tulsi Ramayan. They knew Chaupai so well in Ayodhya. So what I'm saying is that people have that respect and have their traditions that should be respected and maintained intact.
I also agree, Gurudev. I mean, I don't know, Gurudev. I think things are changing. Sometimes I look at the present situation, I feel more than politics, society is also changing, and people are becoming more aware of who they are. Gurudev, I want to let our... Yes, Gurudev, please.
Yeah.
Please.
And I know young people are much, much different today. They are not so fanatic, they are not consumeristic in nature. They are seekers. They want to know something bigger. They want to go deep into the spiritual aspect of life. You see, thousands of young people in this country are moving in that direction. They want development. They don't want conflict. They don't want the silly politics. They are much aware of those things. Now they are looking beyond, you know, what the previous generation used to get stuck with.
Well, that's excellent if they are, Gurudev. I think that'll be fantastic, because our country's economy cannot grow without a true sense of who we are as a people. Gurudev, I think it's very important to discuss with you a little inside story on the scale of the dialogue. So tell me some inside stories. And I'm one of the few interviewers who can take a few liberties with you, Gurudev, because you allow me. You're very gracious. So I always like some breaking news. So now that the Ram temple is happening, we must know what all has gone in the back rooms. So Gurudev, you had mentioned that Chief Justice of India, Gogoi, had invited you to his place and told you that the Ayodhya dispute is going on for 500 years and the court had 8 huge trunks full of materials and documents related to the case which were in Urdu and in Hindi. These documents had to be translated to English, which resulted in the number of trunks increasing to 12. Mr. Gogoi, the Chief Justice, had also said that if he asks the whole judicial strength of the country to study the 12 trunks, it will take them at least 2.5 years just to study what is written in those trunks. After Mr. Gogoi requested you to sit with the parties involved in the dispute, you then sat with the concerned parties, which were 25 for 8 months. And you said that some of these parties had 3 to 4 generations. And some of those generations became lawyers, took LLB degree only to fight the case. So these are incredible stories. People don't know. You see, Gurudev, now what is in the headlines is Supreme Court decides, land is to be given to the Hindus, temple is constructed, temple construction happens. We need to know, let's say, Gurudev, you are talking to a 20-year-old today who was 14 or 15 when this was going on. They would have no idea of what was going on. Tell them a little bit about those inside stories, sitting with the other side. Did you fight? Were there friendly or unfriendly conversations? What happened between between all these parties? And just a little bit of the inside story, please.
First of all, I was surprised that I was inducted in that mediation panel. So I found out about that when I was in the airport, Delhi airport. I was coming. Then I suddenly saw through the channel that my name is there. And after that, when this happened in March, I said, I'm not a lawyer. My subject is science and philosophy and knowledge, spiritual knowledge. But they said, no, you have to be there. You can communicate better with all the conflicting groups. I said, okay. Then I was in Chandigarh for a drug-free India campaign. And that day, 11:30 in the night, I got a call from Prime Minister. Only very rarely I speak to Prime Minister. That was one occasion. Another occasion was when he called with the Ukraine issue. Because I remember this, he called me and when I was in Chandigarh, and he said, I was staying in the Chandigarh University at the time. He said, Gurudev, aap aage badhiye. This sabka saath, sabka vikas, it was not just a political statement as far as a PM is concerned. It comes from his heart. He was so concerned, he wanted both the communities to come to a better understanding. And Ram Temple to be built with Sauhard ke saath. Ek samjhota, Sauhard, a goodwill and friendship. So he never wanted that one party to dominate or win, one community to feel victorious and the other community being suppressed. So I could really feel that Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas ka jo slogan hai, it was right there. It was said, आपकी तपस्या का फल है गुरुदेव, आप आगे बढ़िए, जो भी कुछ भी चाहिए तो बताइए. So then we moved on with that, and it is very interesting. 3 to 4 generations of lawyers have been fighting this case. So we had a court in Faizabad, and the other 2 judges who are with me, honorable judges, Kalifullah ji and Sri Ram Panchu. They were not very comfortable with Hindi. I was the one who was more comfortable. Of course, Sri Ram Panchu knew Hindi. But then, and many who came, they were not so fluent in English. And they were more in Hindi. So, you know how it went. But it was such a wonderful experience for everybody, that there was no bitterness among the parties. Many times, the opposite parties would come together to the court. They would sit together. But in the beginning, of course, I was opposed by the Muslim side. They said, you have already You have announced about the support for temple. How can you be judge? They challenged me, and they even challenged that I should be removed from the mediation committee. Then I asked the person, that lawyer, look, today you are a lawyer. Tomorrow when you become a judge, your role is different, isn't it? Yesterday I was no doubt I was playing the role of a lawyer. I advocated that there should be temple. But today I am a mediator. Then it's different. It's only lawyers who become judges. Then you cannot hold them that you fought for that case or this one, isn't it? So then we carried on with that, and there were young people. We asked them, why did you become lawyer? They said, I want to fight this case. That's why we became lawyers. The Nirmohi Akhada lawyers, and and sons who came to the panel discussions, everybody had this one goal: we want to see the Ram temple built. From the Hindus, of course, that's a dream of the Hindus. Muslims were also not opposed. They said, राम मंदिर अयोध्या में नहीं तो और कहाँ बनेगा, यहाँ बनाइए, मगर हमारा धर्म में हम दे नहीं सकते, उसके लिए हमें सोचना पड़ेगा कैसे लेना. So बाद में many of them have agreed to the 5 acres of land somewhere outside, and to tell you in short that there was a good atmosphere. Though in the beginning I had to take the brickbats from both sides, from Hindus also. He said, "ये कहाँ से आ गए गुरुदेव इधर बीच में? हम तो जेल गए, हम तो इतना काम कर रहे थे ये सब." भाई हम किसी के प्रतिस्पर्धा में तो नहीं, हम आपकी सहायता के लिए आए. तो वो समझ नहीं रहे थे. तो इस तरह से, मगर अंततोगत्वा I know that it will fructify, it will become a success.
So when you look back, Gurudev, you do. I get my own sense is that this mediation process, which I think was going on through 2017, 18, 19, that was the period, 17 to 19, if I'm not mistaken, when the mediation process was going on. I feel it did contribute to a mood setting before the Supreme Court verdict. That's my sense. It was not a futile exercise, because for the first time, there was a feeling that the matter can be resolved. Because it had gone on for so long, people had given up. And also, don't you agree, Gurudev, that there were vested interests? I mean, also among those who were opposed to the Ram Mandir, they had a vested interest in delaying a resolution to this matter.
Absolutely, absolutely. There are some elements whose jivika iske saath chalta tha. Their livelihood was in this conflict. So some people thrive on conflicts. Here, mainly people who, let me say, put it this way. Yeah, some people's livelihood was conflict. Whereas in other side, if you see, people were willing to come together and settle this once for all.
What do you make of like Muslim Personal Law Board and OSC and others who constantly, even right now, you know, they make these incendiary comments, and the people can get provoked. People can get provoked.
You know, they are not at all, I tell you, they are not at all the party to this, at all. People who are party to the conflict were all spoken and were all made to agree for this. And they see the light through. They see that these are other, you know, what you call as people who are not at all party to the conflict.
Now, Gurudev, a difficult question. You said at the earlier part of the conversation that many people felt that if Ram Mandir issue is resolved from the Muslim side, that there would be a final resolution, and their biggest fear was 3,000 other temples or other places of worship. Now, Gurudev, a question. Gyanvapi has come up. Mathura has come up. Kashi. These are also issues which are emotionally connected to Hindus. Very, very strongly emotionally connected. Gyanvapi is already in the court, and I think Krishna Janmabhoomi issue is also going to the court. So all the temples which are being built or rebuilt are not like a reconstruction or rather a development project like Kashi Vishwanath or Somnath. There are others where it's in the nature of a land dispute, if I may say so, on whether a temple had been built over by a Muslim ruler, etc. And you are aware of the details of this. My question to you is, Gurudev, how do we tackle this? Given the fact that, one, there is a need to establish temples where they belong and for Hindus to worship in places that are sacred to them. I mean, you can't, if it's like telling the Christians to go to Tuscany and not go to the Vatican. They can't do that. Similarly, on the other side, there are politicians who will use this to breed insecurity. And thirdly, there is a court process. Gurudev, you are a person with divine wisdom. Now, you saw certain matters in the past and you gave your thoughts to Ashok Singhal when he met you. Where do you see this going?
Hindus' demand has been for these three temples from long time, right from the beginning of our independence, or even before that, I would say, Kashi Vishwanath, the Maryada Purushottam Sri Ram, and Sri Krishna's birthplace. These have been the demand or the wish of the people from a long, long time. And you know about all the history, what happened to the Mathura, Dargah and all that. It was already been negotiated and sold, and then later on it was blocked. Something happened like that. Again here I would say, one thing is to correct the wrong that has been done in the past. Second is to see in the future there is a harmonious growth in our society with respect for all. Everyone will have to live by their self-respect. Nobody's feeling must be hurt, and that we need to see. And we live in this big country with so many diverse traditions and religions and thoughts. We cannot go on fighting over these issues that will hamper our development. That's a very, very big thing that we all have to look at. Especially the younger generation, they want to go forward into science and into spirituality, into development, into art and culture. And that cannot be held back with these issues which could really tear them apart. That's where I would say wisdom should prevail. You know, before you could never think that, okay, Hajj, subsidies will be finished one day, or women will be free from triple talaq, they get justice, or whatever Kashmir, whatever has happened in Kashmir. This was unthinkable before. But with skill and with communication with people and the dexterity with which our government is taking, I think that is so much needed. Abolition of 370 is such a big gift, not only to India, but to Kashmir also. People, they're all happy with this thing, you see. So, of course, there will be vested interests. Some people will have different opinion. These differences will have to be sorted out beyond politics. And people will definitely use any contentious issue to gain political mileage. That you cannot avoid.
Yeah. But you know, even in this 11th hour, it was projected that the Ram Mandir is being projected as a symbol of India going to an apocalyptic time. Okay, so let me put it differently, Gurudev. Is this a moment of closure? Or is this a moment when more demands for temples, etc. will grow? I mean, Gurudev, mediation, court order, Ram temple construction. Now, is this a moment of closure? Is this a moment of closure, or is this going to move into another chapter which may lead to more Hindu-Muslim conflict in a different way in the future? Or is it a moment of closure, historically and spiritually?
Arnab, you want me to...
Yeah, because only you can predict, Gurudev. I won't tell you privately, viewers, how many things you predicted in the past also, but I want your divine wisdom.
I would rather abstain from predicting. This country is so diverse. There are all different type of people and their mindsets. We only wish that everything goes well and our country becomes one of the top economy of the world and go on the progressive path.
You have art of living centers all across the world. You operate from Canada, America, Europe. You operate from Scandinavia. Sometimes when I do a video call with you, I'm surprised to find you in the Arctic. Gurudev, tell me now, beyond Ram Temple, is it true that we are entering into a very important and strategically, spiritually, geopolitically very significant time for the country? And what is the role of enlightened Hinduism in that? A broad question. What is the role of enlightened Hinduism in that? What is your message to Hindus, and to Indians across, of what their role is in this time, given what is happening globally for the country? And you are well aware of every detail.
Arnab, the globally burning issue is mental health. 1 in every 3 person on the planet is suffering from some or other type of mental depression and mental health issues. First thing. Loneliness, very big issue. Third is violence. Every 40 seconds, one individual is taking his or her life away. And our philosophy, our yoga and Vedanta philosophy has the power to reverse this, or to bring better mental health, better social behavior. It has the power to, stop suicidal tendencies, bring people together, improve communication system. See, the wars today are perceived threat. The threat perception in the minds of people, a few people will push them towards war. In United Nations, they always say peace and security. I told them, see, you say peace and security. You do everything for security. You don't invest in peace. Peace building effort. So that peace building effort is most important, and India plays the great role in this. And Indian civilization, culture, its philosophy can put the balm on the conflict that is happening in the world.
And what in your view is the Prime Minister's role now? You are very, you're close to him. You speak to him on various occasions. I'm sure you have personal conversations. You watched his politics.
No. You see, as I said, I've only spoken to him 2 or 3 times. So
what is your view of the...
he is so busy, I never...
What is your view of the role of the government, of our leadership at a global level?
But our Prime Minister role in the world scenario is very, very prominent and very significant. And he has played the best role, I would say. The way he has handled both Ukraine and Russia, or whether Israel and Palestinian issue, or the way he has handled the Arab countries, it is very good, superb. The way he has held his, grounds with all the international pressures mounting. It needs someone with such a brave, and resolute mindset to do that, and he has that.
Gurudev, last.
Not only that, see, he is also a bhakt. He is doing 11-day fasting for the consecration ceremony. I say, no, I had requested him through the media that he need not do such a kator tapasya, because, he has so much responsibility on his head, on his shoulders. So I would request him to take care of his health, and he doesn't have to, but though he is used to doing this, he is used to, he has enormous strength in this. But this is the work of all our spiritual leaders. We have the capacity, power to remove any doshas even if it happens. That's why Guru is invited. A Guru can nullify, even if there are some flaws, our Gurus can nullify them. Samarth Guru होते हैं, तो सारे दोष को वो मिटाने वाले होते हैं. हाँ, तो वैसे गुरु नहीं बनते, इनमें सामर्थ्य होता है वही गुरु.
गुरुदेव, lastly, आप कब जा रहे होते? When are you going? And what will be the predominant sentiment in your mind when you are there? I mean, what is the message you have for all Indians on that?
I'll be sitting somewhere there and in a corner, and I'll watch and enjoy what's happening there. Yes, I'll be part.
You have been part of it.
You
have been part of it, and you have been a part of the process of making the Ram temple happen. And Gurudev, for that we are ever so grateful to you. And I am very grateful for you to spare time for me on this Makar Sankranti day. Thank you, Gurudev. Thank you, Gurudev.
पता है ये लंबी सी मेट्रो लाइन क्यों बनी? सिर्फ इसलिए कि पापा जल्दी घर पर आए और ये दोनों उनकी गोदी में छलांग मार पाए. वो काम ही कैसा काम जिसकी खोज किसी को अपनों से दूर ले जाए. सिर्फ इसलिए रंजीत के शहर में भी एक ऑफिस बना है. कहीं एक नई रोड ने साइंस को शहर से गांव तक पहुंचाया, ताकि पूर्णी चांद तक पहुंचने का सपना देख पाए. और हमारे जवानों के कदम कभी न रुके, सिर्फ इसीलिए कहीं एक मजबूत पुल बना है. देश के नंबर 1 सीमेंट अल्ट्राटेक में हम मानते हैं कि इंडिया बनता रहेगा तो आगे बढ़ता रहेगा. अल्ट्राटेक सीमेंट बनेगा तो बढ़ेगा इंडिया.
उड़े देश का आम आदमी. यशस्वी प्रधानमंत्री श्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी के इस विजन ने रीजनल एंड इंटरनेशनल एयर कनेक्टिविटी को दिए हैं नए आयाम. नए भारत का नया उत्तर प्रदेश बनकर उभरा है सर्वाधिक इंटरनेशनल एयरपोर्ट वाला राज्य. भगवान बुद्ध की तपोभूमि कुशीनगर में इंटरनेशनल एयरपोर्ट शुरू होने के 25 महीने में ही मर्यादा पुरुषोत्तम प्रभु श्री राम की जन्मभूमि अयोध्या में प्रारंभ हुआ है. महर्षि वाल्मीकि अंतर्राष्ट्रीय हवाई अड्डा अयोध्या धाम का संचालन.
जब नियत नेक हो तो इसी तरह से काम होता है, इसी तरह के नतीजे मिलते हैं. ये अयोध्या नगरी भी तो इसकी साक्षी है.
माननीय मुख्यमंत्री योगी आदित्यनाथ के नेतृत्व में देश के एविएशन मैप के शीर्ष पर है उत्तर प्रदेश. एयरपोर्ट से ऊंची उड़ान, कनेक्टिविटी को नई पहचान.
बढ़ता है, खेलता है, झूलता उछलता है, दौड़ता कभी कभी दौड़ कराता है. आगे आगे बढ़ता है इंडिया, अमूल दूध पीता है इंडिया.
मोदी सरकार की गारंटी, महिलाओं के लिए धुआं मुक्त रसोई. प्रधानमंत्री उज्ज्वला योजना के तहत 10 करोड़ गैस कनेक्शन. हमारा संकल्प विकसित भारत.
The 76th Army Day was commemorated with a wreath-laying ceremony at the Electrical and Mechanical Engineering War Memorial in Sikandarabad's Bolaram area. Army officials paid tributes to soldiers who laid down their lives at the border while serving the nation. General Manoj Pandey, Chief of Army Staff, conveyed their respects on the occasion. During his address to the troops, General Manoj Pandey honored and paid homage to the soldiers. He conveyed his warm wishes to all ranks of the Indian Army, civilian employees, veterans and their families, adding that their supreme sacrifice shall always inspire us. The event underscored the significance of Army Day, emphasizing the remembrance and respect for those who have contributed to the country's defense. Bureau Report, Republic TV.
Amity has been ranked India's #1 private university for the 11th year by India Today, a testimony to Amity's world-class education, whilst imbibing values and sanskars in students.
गाड़ी लेने से पहले टाटा एस गोल्ड पेट्रोल CX का दिल, यानी इसका इंजन देखा। ये इतना बढ़िया है कि 18 किलोमीटर प्रति लीटर तक का माइलेज तो हंसते हंसते दे जाएगा। अब तेल के दाम तो बराबर ही, पर इस गाड़ी की कीमत है कम, इसलिए अब हर ट्रिप में खर्चा है कम और मुनाफा ज्यादा। तो अब सोचो समझो और टाटा एस गोल्ड पेट्रोल CX लो।
भाई इतनी बड़ी बड़ी हिट्स आप लोगों ने मुझे दी हैं। टाइल्स तो बड़े होने चाहिए। सुमानी मैक्स टाइल्स, टाइलों का सबसे बड़ा भाई। सुमानी मैक्स टाइल्स, जमीन से जुड़े।
देख, इत्तू सी है, थाली तो अनलिमिटेड होनी चाहिए।
कैंटीन की थाली है, कोई नीवा बूपा हेल्थ इंश्योरेंस पॉलिसी थोड़ी है।
मतलब
इत्तू भी क्लेम किया तो पूरा बेस कवरेज वापस, अनलिमिटेड टाइम।
ये तो मुझे भी चाहिए।
जिंदगी को क्लेम कर ले।
मिलके हम पंजाब को रंगला पंजाब बनाएंगे और बिजली के मामले में पंजाब को सरप्लस बनाएंगे।
24 घंटे बिजली रहिंदी है जी, कोई दिक्कत नहीं बिजली दी, सानू कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं आउंदी जी। जो भी मतलब लोग सरकार नूं टैक्स जमा कराउंदे आ, वो टैक्स ही ये लग रहा जी, ते सानू संतुष्टि है सरकार तो जी। पंजाब सरकार दा, भगवंत मान जी दा बहुत बहुत धन्नवाद करते हैं जी। बिजली ਦੇ ਬਿੱਲ ਤਾਂ ਜਮਾ ਹੀ ਮੈਨੂੰ 1.5 ਸਾਲ ਹੋ ਗਿਆ ਜਮਾ ਜ਼ੀਰੋ ਆ ਰਿਹਾ ਮੇਰਾ। ਤੇ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਉਹ ਲੈਪਟਾਪ ਤੇ ਅੱਗੇ ਪੜ੍ਹਾਈਆਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੁੰਦੀਆਂ ਸੀ ਬੱਚਿਆਂ ਦੀਆਂ, ਜਾਨੀ ਦੀ ਹੁਣ ਤਾਂ ਜਮਾ ਹੀ ਭੋਰਾ ਵੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਕੱਟ ਕੇ ਤੇ ਲੱਗਦਾ। ਬਿਜਲੀ ਦਾ ਬਹੁਤ ਸੋਹਣਾ ਸੂਬਾ ਸਰਕਾਰ ਨੇ ਬਹੁਤ ਸੋਹਣਾ ਕੰਮ ਕੀਤੇ ਹੈ।
ਕਿ ਗਵਰਨਮੈਂਟ ਤਾਂ ਬਣਾਤੀ ਲੋਕਾਂ ਨੇ, ਹੁਣ ਆਪਣੀ ਨੈਕਸਟ ਜਨਰੇਸ਼ਨ ਕਿਵੇਂ ਬਣੂ, ਅਗਲੀ ਪੀੜ੍ਹੀ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਹੈ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਆਪਾਂ ਕਿਵੇਂ ਉੱਚਾ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਜਾ ਸਕਦੇ ਹਾਂ, ਗਰੀਬਾਂ ਦਾ ਜਿਉਣ ਦਾ ਸਤਰ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਜੀਵਨ ਉੱਚਾ ਪੱਧਰ ਦਾ ਕਿਵੇਂ ਚੱਕ ਸਕਦੇ ਹਾਂ, ਇਹ ਸਾਡੀਆਂ ਪ੍ਰਾਇੋਰਟੀਜ਼ ਨੇ। ਮੇਰੇ ਤੇ ਯਕੀਨ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕੀਤਾ ਤਾਂ ਯਕੀਨ ਰੱਖਿਓ, ਮੈਂ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਯਕੀਨ ਕਦੇ ਟੁੱਟਣ ਨਹੀਂ ਦਊਂਗਾ।
Yeah, Ajay, look at your dad. Will we be the same at his age?
Absolutely yes, if we plan our future like him.
How?
My father had invested in LIC's Jeevan Akshay, which gives immediate and guaranteed annuity at regular intervals, that too for life.
Wow. But do we have to wait until his age?
Absolutely not. We recently invested in LIC's new Jeevan Shanti, which gives deferred annuity, which means regular income after some years.
I see.
LIC.
LIC's annuity plans give 10 annuity options and flexibility in receiving regular income. LIC, हर पल आपके साथ.
The 76th Army Day was commemorated with a wreath-laying ceremony at the Electrical and Mechanical Engineering War Memorial in Sikandarabad's Bolaram area. Army officials paid tributes to soldiers who laid down their lives at the border while serving the nation. General Manoj Pandey, Chief of Army Staff, conveyed their respects on the occasion. During his address to the troops, General Manoj Pandey honoured and paid homage to the soldiers. He conveyed his warm wishes to all ranks of the Indian Army, civilian employees, veterans and their families, adding that their supreme sacrifice shall always inspire us. The event underscored the significance of Army Day, emphasizing the remembrance and respect for those who have contributed to the country's defense. Bureau Report, Republic TV.
I'm right now reporting from Kartavya Path, and over here you can see that the situation of fog still remains, and you can see that the Rashtrapati Bhavan, the South Block and the North Block remain invisible at the moment, and this only highlights about the situation of fog. And while I speak, you can also see that how several officials of Indian Army who are preparing for the Republic Day are just taking a walk, because it is over here that the preparation of the 74th Republic Day is being undertaken. But the situation over here on the ground is, and you can see the visual of a very bleak view of India Gate, where the fog has made sure that you will get a very bleak view of the India Gate also. So this is the situation of Indian fog over here in the national capital, where commuters and also several passengers who continue to travel by Indian Railways and airways continue to be affected. In fact, what we have been told is that there are 15 trains which have been delayed because of this fog. Not only the trains, but we have also been told that how flight schedules are being delayed, and because of which the commuters have to wait for a very long time. The waiting time for the commuters, it continues to be quite long. And while I speak, I would again just show the visual that while we are speaking over here at Kartavya Path, you are also seeing that how officers and jawans of Indian Army who are preparing for the Indian Army, who are preparing for the upcoming Republic Day, is just taking a walk. And despite the fog and chilly weather conditions, the preparation for the upcoming Republic Day is being undertaken by the officers and jawans of the Indian Army.
you can see, just ahead of the Ram Mandir inauguration, now we see AIMIM Chief Asaduddin Owaisi once again attacking on the Bharatiya Janata Party and says that we have already lost one masjid and we should now come stronger, and also says that we should protect our mosques while launching a scaling attack on the AIMIM chief. BJP also has been hitting out and says that only AIMIM chief knows to polarize and also does Hindu-Muslim politics, is what the Bharatiya Janata Party has been saying. Well, this comes just ahead of the Ram Mandir inauguration, just few days left for the grand Pran Pratishtha of Ram Mandir in Ayodhya. But before that, we see AIMIM chief Asaduddin Owaisi taking up a launching attack on Ram Mandir, says that BJP attempts to reduce the mosque. We have already lost one mosque, but we should protect our other mosque across the country, and that is why all the youth should come together and should fight stronger, is what AIMIM chief Asaduddin Owaisi has to say to the Muslim youth. But before that, now we see that Bharatiya Janata Party has also hit it back at the AIMIM chief and says that Asaduddin Owaisi only does hate politics, communal politics, and that is the reason why we are seeing that just before the Ram Mandir inauguration, we are seeing this statement coming in from Asaduddin Owaisi. Well, we also have been seeing how AIMIM chief, this is not the first time where we are seeing Asaduddin Owaisi making such controversial statements. But yes, once again, we have been seeing, he has also, earlier also, he has stated that if the 6th December wouldn't have happened, we would not have lost our mosque. And now we see that Asaduddin Owaisi asking the people of the community to come stronger, to calls the youth to be together, to strengthen the community and to protect the mosque. And this comes ahead of the Pran Pratishtha, and also the Bharatiya Janata Party has been launching a scaling attack on AIMIM chief, says that this is not the first time where we are seeing such statements coming in from AIMIM chief Asaduddin Owaisi.
मस्जिदों की हिफाजत करिए। मौजूदा दौर में जो हुक्मरान हैं वो पूरी कोशिश कर रहे हैं कि मस्जिदों को गैराबाद कर दिया जाए, मस्जिदों की अहमियत को कम करके रख दिया जाए, मुसलमानों को इस्लाम से दूर कर दिया जाए। इसलिए हमारी जिम्मेदारी है कि हम मस्जिदों की हिफाजत करें। और कुदरत हम और आपसे पुकार कर कह रही है कि तुम एक मस्जिद को खो चुके, वो तुम्हारी गफलत की वजह से हुआ था। अगर आप होश के नाखून नहीं लेंगे तो फिर ये तमाम जो लोग आज इख्तिदार की कुर्सियों पर बैठने वाले हैं, ये जालिम लोग, ये हमारी मस्जिदों पर ललचाई हुई नजरों से देख रहे हैं। वो जानते हैं कि मुसलमान को मस्जिद से दूर कर दो, फिर ये निहत्ता हो जाएगा। तो इसलिए बहुत जरूरी है मेरे अजीज दोस्तों और नौजवानों और माँ बाप, अकेले मत जाइए मस्जिद को, अपनी औलाद को साथ लेकर जाइए। सिर्फ जुमे के दिन नहीं बल्कि हर वक्त की नमाज मस्जिदों में अदा करिए। अपने मस्जिदों को आबाद रखिए, दीन इस्लाम पर फख्र करिए, कुरान और सुन्नत पर अमल करिए, अपने इख्तिलाफात को बाजू रखिए। ये वक्त उन ताकतों से मुकाबला हम कर रहे हैं जो हमारे वजूद को मिटाना चाहते हैं इस मुल्क से।
Well, as you heard, AIMIM chief Asaduddin Owaisi making this statement. This was while he was addressing a gathering where he was saying and calling the youth to come together, stay strong, and also to protect the mosque across the country. He also mentions about how they had lost Babri Masjid, and also at the same time, we have been seeing that BJP has been hitting out at Asaduddin Owaisi, saying that AIMIM chief Asaduddin Owaisi always tries to communalize and does Hindu-Muslim politics, is what Asaduddin Owaisi does. This is what the line of the Bharatiya Janata Party is. But also at the same time, not to forget how Congress is also distancing itself from the Ram Mandir inauguration, saying that it's incomplete. But now, just before the Pran Pratishtha, which is all set to take place on the 22nd of January, Asaduddin Owaisi launching a scaling attack on the Bharatiya Janata Party, saying that it's because of BJP we are losing, and also at the same time we are losing our masjid, and also we need to protect our mosque and we need to come together. He is asking all the youth to come together and make sure that they protect all their mosques.
And we see all-out politics that is playing out over the Ram Mandir, where it is Asaduddin Owaisi, AIMIM chief, who has once again launched a scathing attack at the BJP. In fact, as he continues to fearmonger, let me quickly take you through the statements that he has made this time around, as the Ram temple politics takes a whole new turn with Asaduddin Owaisi, who is fearmongering. He goes on to say that we've already lost a mosque due to negligence. BJP wants to reduce mosques, and this in an attempt to distance Muslims from Islam. We need to protect all mosques in the country. Let's once again listen into that statement.
मस्जिदों की हिफाजत करिए। मौजूदा दौर में जो हुक्मरान हैं वो पूरी कोशिश कर रहे हैं कि मस्जिदों को गैराबाद कर दिया जाए, मस्जिदों की अहमियत को कम करके रख दिया जाए, मुसलमानों को इस्लाम से दूर कर दिया जाए। इसलिए हमारी जिम्मेदारी है कि हम मस्जिदों की हिफाजत करें। और कुदरत हम और आपसे पुकार कर कह रही है कि तुम एक मस्जिद को खो चुके, वो तुम्हारी गफलत की वजह से हुआ था। अगर आप होश के नाखून नहीं लेंगे तो फिर ये तमाम जो लोग आज इख्तिदार की कुर्सियों पर बैठने वाले ये जालिम लोग, ये हमारी मस्जिदों पर ललचाई नजरों से देख रहे हैं। वो जानते हैं कि मुसलमान को मस्जिद से दूर कर दो, फिर ये निहत्ता हो जाएगा। तो इसलिए बहुत जरूरी है मेरे अजीज दोस्तों और नौजवानों और माँ बाप, अकेले मत जाइए मस्जिद को, अपनी औलाद को साथ लेकर जाइए। सिर्फ जुमे के दिन नहीं बल्कि हर वक्त की नमाज मस्जिदों में अदा करिए। अपने मस्जिदों को आबाद रखिए, दीन इस्लाम पर फख्र करिए, कुरान और सुन्नत पर अमल करिए, अपने इख्तिलाफात को बाजू रखिए। ये वक्त उन ताकतों से मुकाबला हम कर रहे हैं जो हमारे वजूद को मिटाना चाहते हैं इस मुल्क से।
Cutting across to Aneri, who's joining us live on the broadcast. Aneri, firstly, there really needs to be an end to such kind of fear-mongering and politics over Ram Mandir. And Asaduddin Owaisi, who takes it to a whole new level, where he says that one mosque is lost. So he's instigating people, saying that there is a threat to all the other mosques in the country.
Well, that's right, Suvaisha. This is not the first time where we are seeing Asaduddin Owaisi making such statements. Earlier also, he has given such statement asking youth of the Muslim community to come together to fight against the Bharatiya Janata Party. He already has made this attempt. He has stated that we have already lost one masjid. That means Babri Masjid. And now he says that other mosques are also under threat and we need to protect them. And that is the reason why everyone needs to come together and fight against BJP. BJP is trying to distance itself, is what AIMIM chief Asaduddin Owaisi has to say. But now, when we talk about the Bharatiya Janata Party, what they say is that they have been stating that AIMIM chief Asaduddin Owaisi always does is that he communalizes the matter. He always does, and Hindu-Muslim politics is what the Bharatiya Janata Party has to say, and that is the reason why we have been seeing this face-off. And this comes just ahead of the Pran Pratishtha, the grand inauguration of Ram Mandir, which is all set to take place on the 22nd, where we are seeing a massive preparations being taking place across, and also from various parts of the country. We are seeing people going to Ram Mandir for their visit, and also at the same time we have been seeing that how the AIMIM chief Asaduddin Owaisi has been asking people to protect mosques across the country, because he says that we have already lost one mosque, but other mosques are also under threat, is what Asaduddin Owaisi has to say.
Oh, yes, absolutely. And let's understand that only a few days for the 22nd of January until the consecration of the Ram Temple happens. And to really hear such kind of negative statements, Aneri, is something that needs to come to an end, because they could go on to play their politics as much as they want. But to play with the sentiments of people and to actually instigate a whole community is just unfair. And it just speaks of how their political motives play above everything for them.
Well, Suesha, yes, because we have been seeing how just few days back when we also happened to speak to AIMIM Chief Asaduddin Owaisi, he says that if the 6th December, the Babri Masjid wouldn't have happened, then they would have not done this. But when we happen to question him that when such grand inauguration is taking place, he says that why not? We will definitely raise questions because our mosques are under threat, is what Asaduddin Owaisi had to say. And also remember how this is not the first time where we are seeing Owaisi.
Aneri, I'm having to interrupt you here. I apologize for that. But Mr. Manjinder Singh Sirsa is with us on the phone line now. Very good afternoon to you, Mr. Sirsa. Your response to these statements made by Asaduddin Owaisi, he fearmongers, he goes on to call out to the entire Muslim community saying, save the mosques in the country.
ये तो अवैसी जी अननेसेसरली कंट्रोवर्सी क्रिएट कर रहे हैं. मुझे लगता है कि इतना अच्छा माहौल को वो जानबूझकर इसको खराब करना चाहते हैं, कम्युनल माहौल बनाना चाहते हैं. जब वहाँ पे अयोध्या में श्री राम जी का मंदिर बन रहा है, प्राण प्रतिष्ठा होने जा रही है, अभी तक तो किसी ने कोई भी एक छोटी सी घटना भी को भी सरकार ने अंजाम नहीं होने दिया, किसी को भी किसी तरीके का नारा भी नहीं लगाने दिया गलत. ऐसे में वैसी जिस तरह की बातें कर रहे हैं, अच्छी बात नहीं. धर्म का मसला है, सबको प्यार मोहब्बत के साथ कोर्ट ने फैसला किया, फैसले के बाद मस्जिद के लिए भी अलग से जगह है, वो भी अच्छी बने, सब लोग उसमें भी सहयोग करें, सब लोग मंदिर में भी सहयोग करें और भारत को एक खुशबूदार गुलदस्ते की तरह बनाने की कोशिश करें, बजाय कि इस तरह की नफरत फैलाने की, हेट फैलाने वाली बातों से ओवैसी जी को गुरेज करना चाहिए. अच्छी बात नहीं है, किसी के धर्म की भी हो. मैं नहीं मानता कि मस्जिद के खिलाफ भी बोले कोई, मैं नहीं मानता इस्लाम के खिलाफ भी बोले कोई, मैं नहीं मानता राम के खिलाफ भी बोले कोई, मैं नहीं मानता अयोध्या मंदिर के खिलाफ भी बोले कोई. तो इस तरह की कोई भी धार्मिक जो है आस्था है किसी की भी, उसके खिलाफ कोई भी बुरे शब्द नहीं बोलने चाहिए, बल्कि कोशिश करनी चाहिए कि एक अच्छा माहौल बनाया जाए. ओवैसी जी कहें कि सब लोगों को मिलकर वहां भी करें और फिर जब मस्जिद की करेंगे हम उम्मीद करते हैं कि सब लोग मिलकर इसी तरह मस्जिद में भी हमारा योगदान देंगे. तो ये मुझे लगता है कि बहुत अच्छी बात होगी.
Absolutely, and which is why we play out other reactions too, where the BJP has slammed Asaduddin Owaisi for this divide and rule politics, also going on to add and rather question Asaduddin Owaisi on whether he is against what is the mood of national pride when it comes to the Ram Temple. Here are those reactions.
ओवैसी ने जिस प्रकार से राम मंदिर को लेकर के लोगों को भड़काना शुरू किया है, मस्जिदों के बारे में उल्टा सीधा बोलना शुरू किया है, तो आप खूंखार हो जाइए, आप अपनी मस्जिदों को बचा लीजिए. बात ये नहीं है कि मस्जिद की, बात ये है कि बाहर से हमलावरों ने आकर के मस्जिदों को तोड़ा. आज अगर राम मंदिर का निर्माण किया जाए तो उसका पुनर्उद्धार. तो इस मामले में इस प्रकार के बयान देकर के वो लोगों को गुमराह कर रहे हैं, जो कि नहीं होना चाहिए. जिस दिन देश का मुसलमान ये समझना शुरू कर देगा कि बाबर हमलावर था, ना कि इनका पुरखा था, तब इनको खुद ब खुद समझ आने लगेगा.
And we cut across to more breaking news coming in when it comes to who in the opposition will attend the Ram Temple consecration ceremony, as invites have been sent out to all opposition leaders. The latest that we are just learning that the Ram Mandir invite that has been sent to Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal. We are learning this from our sources in the VHP, where we have been told that the invite has been sent to him via speed post. Now the big question really being, will Arvind Kejriwal attend the Ram Mandir consecration ceremony? We have been getting reactions of several opposition parties who have received the invite. Some who've gone on record to say that they will not attend the ceremony. Some who continue to remain tight-lipped and have not admitted whether they would be going or not. But Arvind Kejriwal, will he go for the Ram Mandir ceremony on the 22nd of January? Harsha, I want to come to you on this. we're learning that he's been sent the invite. Given what is the politics that has been going on between the Aam Aadmi Party and the BJP, especially regarding the summons of the ED, and he has been saying that it is the BJP who does not want him to campaign, and which is why the entire Liquorgate investigation and the way it is panning out is actually to target him. That kept aside, and will he be able to keep that aside and go for the Ram Temple inauguration? Will he actually attend the ceremony on 22nd January?
So, Swesha, right now, this has not been revealed by Aam Aadmi Party whether they will be attending the consecration ceremony or not. But yes, Aam Aadmi Party leader Arvind Kejriwal, who 1 week back stated that he has not got the invitation for Ram Mandir invite, today has received the invitation, and he has stated that he has got the invite through speed post. But we have got to know that the Aam Aadmi Party on the day of the consecration ceremony of Ram Mandir is organizing the Sundar Kand part all over there in Delhi. So they have chosen a different method for the day of the consecration ceremony in national capital. But yes, they have not revealed the card whether Aam Aadmi Party will be leader Arvind Kejriwal and the other leaders, senior leaders, will be attending the consecration ceremony or not, because we know that a lot has been brewing between both the parties, Aam Aadmi Party and BJP, and the continuous attack which has been going from the side of Aam Aadmi Party on BJP, because Aam Aadmi Party earlier stated that it was the witch hunt and vendetta politics of the Bharatiya Janata Party, because of which the ET summons were issued to him, and the new Delhi liquor excise policy, which is now scrapped in this entire liquor policy, the continuous summons by Enforcement Directorate was on the behest of the Bharatiya Janata Party. This was earlier stated by Arvind Kejriwal, Delhi CM, but yes, now he has received the Ram Mandir invite. But like other opposition leaders, like we know that Congress leaders Mallikarjun Kharge, Sonia Gandhi have already declined the invite of Ram Mandir. So whether Arvind Kejriwal will be going or not, we'll still have to wait and watch exactly what will be the reaction from the side of the senior Aam Aadmi Party leaders. But till now they have not revealed their cards that whether they will be going on the consecration ceremony or not. And Swesha, let me tell you that the 5 national parties who received the Ram Mandir invite
को पूजा पद्धति की भाषा में अधिवास कहते हैं। सामान्य रूप से ये बड़ी कठिन, सब आदमी इसको कर नहीं सकते इतने दिन, तो प्रचलन है जलवास, अन्नवास और शय्यावास। शैया का अर्थ आप समझते ही। शय्यावास, ये सभी अन्नवास, जलवास, अन्नवास, शय्यावास, लेकिन बहुत कठोर कर्मी कोई हो आज इस कलयुग में तो शायद कठिन ही होगा, तो घृतवास, औषधिवास, फलवास, सुगंधवास, ये तमाम प्रकार की बातें हैं। सभी विद्वानों ने कहा आज के समय के अनुसार व्यवहार करना चाहिए, करेंगे।